And we're live, and we're laughing because Stephanie, classic Stephanie,
has herpes.
She has her headphones on and goes, "I'm muted." And we're all thinking, really? Because we hear you.
And I said, no, I'm not muted anymore. Never mind.
Good morning. It's Monday morning, the 12th of September.
We're going to have to play some Pink Floyd here in a little bit because we were talking about the dark side of the moon. And
yeah, picking at me about my herpes flare.
I did. Stephanie, again, nobody brought that up. You're the one picking on the lip, not us.
Picking at
I mean, literally, you're picking at it.
Ew.
Remind me to throw that. Remind me to throw that pen away after you put it in your mouth. God, I just asked Karina. I'm like, please tell me you haven't been drinking after this, girl. I don't know how much alcohol is in the beverages y'all are drinking, so I don't know if it like disinfects itself.
Let's see.
That's what the mouthwash is for.
That's like a Kool-Aid. And all I got was me a 4 case of
Seagrams.
Well, I got some.
And that's it. And I had the last bottle last night.
None of that is anywhere close to what I'm talking about. I'm talking about after you drink anything after her, you need to disinfect it. So I was asking, please tell me that anything you've been consuming after her or during whatever y'all have been doing has a lot of alcohol. Like I got some Golden Grain upstairs if we need to put that in everything that you drink.
Some isopropyl.
I mean, wasn't it back in the Paris, France, whatever, when all the kings and queens really existed back in those, Camelot type days where they didn't drink water because it was like it was going to kill them. They all drank wine.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
At Stephanie's house, it's rubbing alcohol.
Isopropylene.
No, it's mouthwash. It's
mouthwash doesn't have enough to kill
that's
that. That's
mint flavored isopropylene.
Would you quit doing that with your hand?
It's Listerine.
Did
I
you
was
see
trying
what
to think of the name.
She's trying to talk to me and she's doing this.
Steph, I brought some Listerine with me, so we're good.
Is Listerine enough?
Can you bring that to the airport?
I mean, a Noxonil 9 knocked that stuff right out, right?
Suitcase, yes.
Vagisil.
But I didn't know that Listerine could kill herpes.
I don't think anything can kill it. A torch, maybe. Can we talk about something else?
Stephanie was picking her lip.
Ooh, hey.
Hey, I can't control that she brought this whole conversation up.
Okay. I have this amazing bundt cake right here with kind of a little hint of lemon and all. It's really good, but I don't have a fork, so I've been picking at it. Now, you guys, I won't pick at this cake anymore this morning.
Can I make you a deal? Or can I ask a deal out of you? Can I ask something out of you? You stop picking and you stop picking.
Is it crusty? Because mine's crusty.
Again, you're picking on a cake and she's picking on a scab on her lip. Can we all stop picking?
Can't we all just get along?
And whoever uses that mic from now on, we need to Lysol the living smack out of it.
Lysol's and blowtorch.
So that uncomfortable silence.
Yeah.
So, Karina, have you had fun yet?
Yes, a lot.
I planned on doing a bunch with you. I just had no idea that I was going to have, let's just call it what it is, ball issues.
Elephantosis.
Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm having a ball.
Hey. That's a sensitive subject.
You know what? You're nuts. You are nuts.
Damn.
That was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. Mike stopped picking, you stop picking, and now you stop picking.
Stop talking about his ball.
Yeah, because I had said this
Who
week.
dropped the ball on that one?
I said, man, I got to take her for a motorcycle ride. And then when we're in the hospital, I said to the doc, I'm like, you know what sucks is I got a wedding I got to back out of tomorrow. I said, and then I had like a 12-hour motorcycle day. She's like, yeah, you're not going to want to ever ride a motorcycle till this is fixed.
Oh, okay. I thought you was going to say again.
No. She said, until this is fixed, you're not going to want to ride. She said, you jumping up and down on a motorcycle is probably not a good idea.
Cool.
So.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm going to have Boo to give you a ride.
Oh, that's okay. If you can't, if it's not going to be done, don't worry about it.
No, we're worried.
Well, it was just a promise made,
You should have heard her Saturday night yelling at the wrestlers in German. That was hilarious.
I would have loved it.
That was hilarious.
I can only imagine the other rednecks there going, what the hell is wrong with that girl?
You remember back in
some turned their head and went like, giving you that certain puzzle look.
That 10 to 15 degree dog tilt look.
And I'm like, Was I?
Back in our wrestling days, remember Nikai Koloff?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that his
Russian.
name? Can you imagine if he would have been there and him yelling him? You know what he? Can you imagine those two yelling at each other?
Yeah,
That would
he
have been
probably would've
hilarious.
jumped over the rings.
I don't know at his age, he probably would have crawled under the ring.
Well, one thing that she was yelling, she was calling him crybaby in German.
Fighting. Yes.
And so when you're yelling that, it did kind of sound like she was saying fighting,
Right.
but it,
And it was
was
everybody
funny.
was like, "Oh, look at the special needs lady."
and she was with Steph.
Well, I should have actually,
Aw.
I should have sit down and do this. I'm sorry.
Aw, somebody get a picture of the special needs lady with some wrestlers. Wow, that's kind of wrong, but oh well.
But the
Yeah, you
wrestling,
went to hell for that one.
Yeah.
Well, for that one and all the other ones.
Yeah.
the wrestling that we went to, it's a new organization that Mr. Charles is starting called Marquise Wrestling.
All right.
So now he's got Anarchy, Southern Fried, and now Marquise Wrestling.
Dang,
So
that's a lot of wrestling. That's a lot
Yeah.
of wrestling.
some are the same wrestlers wrestling in all three of them, but
Huh.
we saw a bunch of new wrestlers Saturday night that we hadn't ever seen before. So
Hey, never seen them wrestling.
Here's
before.
my question.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to build 3 small ones, why don't we build one big one?
I know, right? Yeah, but they had somebody there Saturday night that was recording it to put it on demand.
Hmm.
So
Really?
yeah.
Huh.
So that was pretty
Well,
neat.
he even got the missing tooth.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We saw somebody get their tooth knocked out.
Yeah.
He really got his tooth
They
knocked
they
out.
were looking
Wow.
everywhere. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Are they really looking for that tooth?
Was it a real tooth?
Yes, it was a real
And
tooth.
stuff's like, yeah, they're looking for the tooth. I said, why?
Have y'all been smoking weed this morning?
That
No.
Waffle House biatch picked it up and said, "Man, look, get this
Lose
one, put it in
one,
the bar."
find
That's
one.
And what's funny is his name was Chip. I'm dead serious. His
Was it a whole chip? I mean, a whole tooth or a chip tooth?
It was pretty
You see my
much-
point?
Yeah. It was pretty much because it was the side one over here.
It's okay, Steph. You're really going too much definition in the question.
Yeah, and nobody can.
But it was
really
it
see
was
that. That's,
it was actually kind of just chipped off,
a
but halfway
canine.
chipped off.
Poor Chip. He ought to meet up with Scotty. He's a nut.
Chip's always
You guys
losing
could
out.
have a ball.
He's a chip off the whole block.
Maybe go out to get something to eat.
Hey, Mike, if they remove one of mine, we'll match. We'll be twinsies.
Oh Lord,
Oh.
the Ball brothers.
The Ball brothers. See,
Shoot, one hung too low, and his brother one hung way too low.
you should have seen the doctor's face when she's walking in, and they've already done all the ultrasounds and all this other stuff. And I just look over at the doc and I said, "Hey, if you'll just hand her some scissors," and I'm pointing to Crystal. I said, "If you just hand her some scissors, we'll just get this over with right now." And the woman's like, "What?"
Yeah, they don't take.
They don't
funny,
take that
man.
funny very well. But I was being serious. And she goes, she said, "You would do that?" And I said, "Hell yeah. They just get in the way." She goes, "You're kidding, right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm telling you, they just get in the way, and I already have kids, don't need them."
Yeah.
And she says, "Huh, I live in a house with 3. She's talking about her 2 kids and her husband. She defines that. She makes sure
I
she
thought
tells me.
maybe she had a husband and a kid that lost one nut.
So, anywho's, she said, "I'm going to have to go home and take an opinion poll on that one." I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm just telling you. Because if they're going to hurt, get rid of them."
Well, hey, when I go to the doctor about my leg, the VA, I tell them to cut it off all the time. Give me a prosthetic. I'm okay with it because my leg hurts like 24/7 anymore. So it's like, yeah, cut it off. Give me a cool prosthetic, maybe carbon fiber. Maybe get like I can put it just for fun radio sticker on the side of
My
it.
problem is you'd probably go get one and try to get it shaped like a dildo. Just so Mike can be walking around going, "I bet mine's bigger than yours." And they go, "Nuh-uh." And he goes, "Let me show you." And he starts sliding his pants leg up.
Wow, man, that's gross.
So talking about men playing with balls, did y'all see any of the football yesterday?
No, I said I was going to.
I told y'all I'm
Nope,
protesting
I'm
them.
protesting. I did not watch.
I didn't
one
watch any of the
NFL game.
cheerleaders.
Well, the Seattle Seahawks actually did an impressive, and I wouldn't exactly call it a protest. They stood on the sidelines holding each other.
Thought we were gonna quit talking about balls.
I didn't realize Tyler was here.
Well, they were arm in arm, and they said that they did that to not to protest, but to show a form.
Yeah,
unity.
solidarity together. Yeah.
Yes.
Now, who was that? What team was that?
That was actually the Seattle Seahawks.
So they stood.
They stood. They stood.
I feel like I'm talking to redneck Steph. Oh, I am. So
Yeah,
they
you are.
stood
They stood
and they went arm to arm
arm in arm. Yes.
to support what? The national, the flag and being united?
Yes, and 9/11 and the
Okay, that's why I'm asking you to
Yes.
actually, I need you to not be redneck for a minute and actually make sure it makes sense
But
before
were-
we confuse people.
they were playing the Miami Dolphins, and there was actually 4 Miami Dolphins
On their knees.
on their
Yeah,
knees
I saw the
behind
picture
the
of that.
flag. And
It
I
wasn't, aren't they
believe-
the guys that were behind a Marine or something in the
Yes.
picture?
Oh, yeah,
yes. They
The
were
Marine
right
standing
behind a
there, right.
Marine.
Okay, so the who were they playing? Who was playing again?
Seattle.
Seattle
and Miami.
Seahawks.
See, the Seattle stood up, arm linked together like a chain to say we're united, to show basically protest against the piece of crap losers on the other team.
No, because last week there were a couple of guys from the Seattle Seahawks that were talking about the whole team was going to sit down. It got to management, and management said, "Do it." I double dog dare
Right.
you to do it. They laid the law down. They said,
Mhm.
"Oh, absolutely, go ahead, you can
Do it.
Yeah, do it." And you know,
I hope every one of them gets fired.
so what happened was there's one of the big players on the Seattle Seahawks said, "No, we've got this," and that's what they did. I didn't realize that's what they did, Steph. That's cool.
Yeah, and it was coaches,
Yeah,
the coaching staff.
that's
It was
cool.
the whole entire.
See, they showed everybody that even there might be some knuckleheads in the crowd. There might be some what time is it? Assholes out there, but they joined together.
Yes,
that's
they
cool.
joined together.
And
to
the
show
4
unity.
guys from Miami, you said took a knee behind a
Yes.
Marine.
I think every
behind
one
the
of them that
Marines.
can't stand need to be laid off, cut from the team.
And as far as I know, I didn't see anything about the 49ers. As far as I know, the only players that did that was the 4 on the Miami Dolphins.
Well, did you see the Falcons guy that was wearing the 9/11 cleats? Wasn't that the Falcons?
I don't know.
I
I
was-
did hear some about.
Well, I
cleats.
actually went to lunch yesterday, and while the game was on, Philip Snow pointed it out, and I
Uh-huh.
think it was one of the Falcons, and he had cleats on. It had 9/11 on them. Like one of the cleats had the Twin Towers, the other one had this, that, and other with the police department and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And Philip had made the comment that he was told not to wear those shoes or he was going to be fired,
Uh-huh.
Mhm,
and
yep,
that the police union said, "We'll cover the fine. Wear
Yep.
them."
they sure did. They
Cool.
backed him,
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
and he didn't.
Scotty
not
threw
do
that
it.
that website out me not yesterday, but last week. It says NFL boycott. I liked it, and I'm sticking true to it. I'm not gonna sit. And you know what? I'm all about rights and all that other stuff. But you know what? These people are just being disrespectful.
So did you see? I want to read what I shared 8 hours ago, and then I want to read to you what this loser Adam had to say. So I put, it's 9/11, and all these NFL losers that are going to get on their knees, they suck as Americans. Everyone should boycott the NFL and let these assholes get on their knees to beg for money. I went because they should all be cut from the team, and I did hashtag boycott the NFL. Well, then here's this guy. And what I find that's an oxymoron, or just him being a moron, he's basically calling me an idiot because I don't agree to their statement, but yet he's not agreeing to my statement. So pay attention. He goes, well, it's a little early for the dumbest thing I've read, blah, 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 blah. So he's basically saying you want to boycott a product and have them fired from their jobs over a peaceful protest just because you don't like it. Is this North Korea? You haven't lived in their shoes. You don't know what they've been through. Who cares what they've been through? I bet you they don't live like any of us live.
and they don't care what I've been through.
He says you have the slightest idea of what they risk for ridicule. Really? Because I get ridiculed every single day.
Pay me a couple million. You
Yeah.
can call me whatever.
You can
want.
call me Juicy Fruit if you want to for $19 million like the other dude. He goes, this is ignorant. And here he is saying safe space needed, fake outrage because you can't handle people making a statement you don't agree with. Really? Because you're losing your friggin' cool with me because you don't agree with my statement. So you're saying it's okay for them to make a statement, but it's not okay for me to make a statement. Dude, you need to go suck on your mama's titty again. Because
Oh
you're
my
a little,
God, Scotty.
Use a little baby. Use a little bitch.
Oh my God, Scotty.
Use a little
Hypocritical?
bitch.
That's on
Well,
your page,
I just
right?
find it funny that
Not you, him.
you wanna tell me I don't agree with their statement, so you want to get an attitude with me, but then again, you're not agreeing with my statement. So
Well-
I told him, I said, thanks for showing your colors, dude. I unfriend him. If he wants to jump back on the bandwagon and run his mouth, he can. He lives in Maryland. Get a plane ticket, come down here, cuss me out if that's what you want. I'll put you in the same file as all the other flying monkeys.
Here, let me interject military Mike here.
It's just funny. Is it not funny? He wants to yell at me about I don't agree with their statement, but yet, wait a minute, you're not agreeing with my statement. How can you be pissed because I don't agree with them, but yet you think your statement now is more valuable than mine? I just find it funny.
Well,
I find it funny.
Out of all days,
Hold on one second. But the one thing I did make very clear is while you're on the field, you're at work. Keep your opinions to yourself. Outside of your job, you can have your opinion. I think right here sitting at this table, this is the only place that your opinion while working actually matters.
And it really does.
Shut up. Nobody cares what you have to say.
See? But, you know, I had made a...
Don't make me bust your balls.
I thought you were going to call me an idiot, but...
Wow. I had made a post yesterday.
You don't make a statement, because if people don't like your statements, they're going to yell because your statement don't match their statement.
Right.
Even though your statement may not
matter.
Never mind. Just never mind.
All I had simply put was, you know, I understand that the NFL players want to protest and do this and do that, but out of all days.
Why did you have? Well, because they wanted to showboat. They wanted to showboat on that day.
So
disrespectful
to the
Fire
survivors.
every single one of them. Fire them.
There, you know how many people are dying to get in the NFL?
That's what I was going to say. You know how many people
Wow.
fight to get in the NFL every day?
God, man, get
Was
right.
any football game in New York?
I'm sure.
I don't
The
know.
question
got-
would be, don't go too far with
I was
this.
trying to think where the New York Giants were playing.
But my question would be, well, okay, the New York Giants played.
Yes. the New York
Okay, did
Giants
anybody
played.
get on a knee during their game? See, that would be majorly disrespectful.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. You wouldn't live.
I mean, these high school kids are hungry to get to the NFL. These college kids are hungry to get to the NFL. You get these idiots in the NFL, they don't care. It's like a senator back when he's at this age bracket, you know, and he's getting out of school and trying to become a senator, and this is his lifelong dream to change the world. And then he gets there and he doesn't give a crap about nobody because he just wants to put money in his pocket. You know, that's the same disrespect.
Well, you know, there used to be allegiance to a sports team. You know?
Well, was that the Pledge of Allegiance?
No.
No, I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah, I know. You know what I mean.
Because of the situation.
People used to like play for the Mets, their whole thing, you know, and
Yeah.
it wasn't about the money. It was about playing for a team and a culture.
But the Mets aren't. The Mets,
I'm keep going. I'm
Okay,
working on your
Mets
gate.
aren't
Sorry,
football
but
though. They're baseball. But I guess
Well, no, I'm just saying any
Football.
sports, you know. But you know, okay, so
I
you
guess
get
you're
paid
just talking about
millions.
playing with balls, right?
Yeah.
Hey, get off my nuts, man. Especially with that on your lip. That's a little gross.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, what do you call it if you have a nut on the wall?
Can we go back to the football story?
So is that kind of like
A walnut.
All of a sudden, I'm thinking of the movie where Woody Harrelson's the bowler and he has to have sex with the weird lady. Yeah, I'm just wanting to puke.
Kingpin.
yeah, kingpin?
Oh, jeez.
Another nut in the wall.
Hashtag me up by you.
Hashtag, oh my God. Come on.
Oh, sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, it's
for you
fine.
to lose your train of thought.
I don't even like trains.
Don't even talk about Mike anything about pulling a train.
Wow.
Engine
No,
or caboose?
that would make you a ho-ho.
Engine or caboose? What do you want to do?
Nothing. Ha!
Bangkok.
So it's 7:56. I'm gonna go ahead and kick us off to our 8 o'clock commercial real quick.
Probably a good idea.
Is there anything? Yeah, I'm just gonna play this. It's the Johnny Cash Kid Rock song. I really like it. We're gonna play it
Oh
again.
man, I thought you were gonna play.
We'll be back.
Yeah, I thought.
There's a train coming.
Oh no, bye.
I mean,
Yeah, you got to work on my gate there because it's not.
That's what I was trying to do. Because as I'm trying to do it, you want to stop. I'm like, you can't stop. I'm trying to work on it. He's
know
like,
you were gonna
so
do
like
it.
I'm working on the gate.
What
He's like,
happened to your
something's
shirt?
I know.
wrong. I'm like, I
Blowout.
can't get it fixed if you quit talking. Yeah.
No way.
No. No. Yeah.
A guy and he had the sex change and became a girl. He was in the movie. Did you see The Wedding Singer?
Nah.
Hurry. Look, you got 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Shut up. I can do this.
But
The only
Alexis
thing you're
Arquette
quick
was
at
in
does not count
The
right
Wedding
now.
Singer. Passed away
I have
recently.
two, just not good ones.
Passed away yesterday.
Can you pull
Yeah, and then when the truth comes out with the illness.
Can HIV or what? Can you pull a picture up? See, that's what I meant this morning when I said my thoughts are faster than my tongue. I stutter.
Here, I'll show you what it looks like. Of course, what he looks like now is not going to be.
Where do you pull it up? On that's okay.
There he is, right there.
Really, Stephanie? What do you think I was doing?
Oh, what?
You were so smart. No, wait till you see what he really looks like. All the time. That's now after his transgenderness. That's from The Wedding Singer. That's him right there, fixing to do. You ever see that movie?
Also on Oh yeah, that's
Because she was asking me about a movie and I told her, don't know. And she explained it and I said, oh, different title.
This picture actually would be funny if that 96 Rock still existed. I still think it's funny because back when that tag was out, that's when 96 Rock was stuff. Holy cow, Mike, you made that in 2 minutes, dude. Said, holy cow, you made that in 2 minutes. Well, that is what's making me kind of surprised you made it in 2 minutes.
like you said, like we were talking.
Work through this limb.
No, she said
Doesn't
you
mean
probably
you
just
can.
got it and just take a bite out of it.
How's that?
I mean, it's everybody.
Yeah.
But that's when I was just saying that that's when they were the isn't it?
Ganz ruhig. Alles gut, alles gut. Bitte, bitte.
You're gonna start to get a new phone finally. That is so. Why would your phone need to be in Arabic?
Dick, it's Monday.
I'm just. Here's what I can't understand. Your phone sucks so bad it barely works in English. So you're gonna try it in another language to see if it makes it better. Yeah, because that's gonna make the phone better. And we're back. So Mike,
Are you going
do
to
you feel better now that you have a hat on?
Yes, I do. It's kind of like you. Once they take one of your testicles, you'll understand. Look at that.
You wouldn't happen to mess with a sore subject, would you?
Bum, bum. I am eating a lemon flavored bun cake, like a donut. This is awesomeness.
And you know,
It's
if you
not
kept
a
your
lemon
mouth on that
flavor.
microphone,
I know, but man,
that's one reason I started to adjust your gait
I
to make
know.
you start staying in front of that
The
microphone
frosting
again.
has lemon flavor to it, but not the cake itself.
But you know what's funny is, and when you have a beard and mustache, that if you're this close to the microphone, it like pushes back, and it's kind of like going. Wow, now I'm just completely gone.
Poopy on
Stay on the
something.
microphone. I'm trying to teach you.
I'm trying to teach.
I'm just trying. Because I noticed last week there was a lot of noises
Yes, there was.
because you would pull away and
Well, I was
And the
making
gate
fun of
wasn't-
you too.
no, this had nothing to do with me back then.
It did, didn't it, Steph? Wasn't
No,
I
this
making
is just
fun of
like
Scotty
general
last week?
noises you were doing.
When Scotty was eating the chocolate
Yes,
thing,
yes,
you were leaning back chewing, and I was chewing in the microphone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and you were gonna make his head explode.
See,
It
on the
was
night
getting
shows,
close.
on the night shows, total jackass radio is permissible. In the daytime, we got to keep it a little better than that because we only have people for a limited amount of time listening in between drives to work.
I think people like our knuckleheadedness.
They do,
in the morning.
but a lot of people send us messages about how irritating you are sometimes.
Well, that's my job, isn't it?
Well, sort of.
I thought,
Like a bad rash.
yeah,
Stephanie, why are you growling at your damn computer?
because it's
Because it's doing its own thing again. It's
Showing
something about this
dominance.
house.
It's something about it being an Android instead of a real PC.
Every time I come over and get it all set up, it starts like opening just random web pages.
If you would quit surfing porn,
Huh.
she's actually having to think about that one.
No, I'm wondering now, what does Travis do with my computer when I go to sleep?
he
What?
looks at porn,
Well, does it have wet wipes laying next to it when you pick it up in the morning?
or is it just sticky as a hole?
No, but the lotion is usually right
She
there.
opens her computer and goes, "How come every time I go to bed,
Why
Travis
is
starts
it
eating glazed donuts?"
sticky? No, it's not really sticky, but yeah, it does have little. I don't know what that is on the mouse
Oh.
pad.
Are you awake over there, Karina?
I'm fine.
See,
No, you're not. You're German. Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Als mom.
She's just kind of laid back, like, "Hey."
Well, she has been staying over there a week or so. So it's probably getting on her and through her. And
No.
so you went and watched some wrestling this weekend, I understand.
Yes, I did.
Was that fun?
Yeah.
Is there anything comparable to that in Germany?
Yeah, ringen.
Yeah.
Midget wrestling, maybe?
No, that's when the Muslims riot.
Nah. That's when they
Wow.
fly.
Oh my God, that was terrible. When they fly, really?
They're
Yeah.
flying monkeys, man.
Yeah, man. You know, we had the whole 9/11 thing here yesterday. You might
Yeah,
want to
I
be
know.
careful,
I know.
NFLer.
Schnauzer.
Schnauzer?
Schnauzer.
Schnauz. Hey, what are y'all looking at me for? I don't know what
I
it
was
means.
waiting to see where this went.
Well, Schnauz is a card game.
That too.
Okay, yeah, just a little European humor, no big deal. Hey, so how about the 15-year-old kid that got arrested in Paris yesterday?
Know nothing about this. Let's hear it as a whole
15-year-old
story.
kid being influenced by an ISIS member or jackwad, whatever you call the people that belong to ISIS. And so this kid is plotting an attack. There were women that were arrested. They were plotting an attack on Notre Dame, which is the university.
But they keep wanting us to feel sorry for the women, but the women seem to be doing.
But actually, they did make an arrest. Like, was it Friday? Thursday or Friday, and it was 7 people arrested in front of, I think it was a restaurant, because I talked to mom and she said they had 1 or 2 cars full of gas bottles. Does that make sense?
It's like the propane tanks.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And they were trying to light it like 3 times.
Yeah, they were in front of a very popular restaurant.
Yeah, and somebody actually saw it and called the cops and said, look, they're trying to do this. You need to get over here.
Man,
how dumb are you if you can't ignite a bottle of propane?
Well, that kind of speaks for itself. I mean,
well, I'm glad they tried and it didn't work.
But Mythbusters showed that doesn't do what they think it does.
No, it'll like blow out the thing. Propane's not going to light like that. It's an empty tank.
It's not combustionable.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a water heater? Because in Germany they have water radiators. Basically, they don't have water heaters like we have. A water heater here in the United States, if it explodes, you should see the devastation that occurs. And we all have these in our home.
You mean those huge tanks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some households still have it. Depends on how old the house is. Yes.
Okay. In the United States, every house has one, just about, except for some of the new.
Well, if they're so dangerous, why don't we have them?
That's what I'm getting at. I mean, you should see the devastation that occurs.
And what sucks is after, okay, so now everybody's trying to go with the waterless water systems, right? The waterless water heaters.
Yes.
The problem is the gas ones. Here's the problem. I've hooked up multiple of these. For you to be able to afford one of these, you better have a pocket full of money. And they do use supposedly less BTUs on a constant, whereas a normal water heater uses BTUs. It's the amount of gas.
British thermal unit.
So they're supposedly you're using less gas because you're only heating it when you need it. But the problem is it's using the amount of gas that it uses instantly is such a huge amount. It's kind of a 50-50.
Well, I found out something. You're talking about the little boxes, right?
Yeah, but hold on. But now the electric ones, here's the thing about the electric ones. The electric ones that are instant basically use to make it make sense, I'm trying to dumb it down. To make it make sense for it to work would be like your air conditioner running and your dryer running at the same time. So even though they say you're going to save money, it's still consuming a huge electrical amount at one time. So a lot of these people that have, say, only 150 amp panel in the house, you can't add this water heater because it uses so much power. So it's kind of a catch-22. Normally, the people that can afford these are the people in the $300,000 house. And guess what? Most of the people living in a $300,000 house don't really care about saving money. That makes sense. It's kind of like the guy having a Rolls Royce, and boy, people go, man, I sure would hate to have to put the oil change on that Lambo or that Rolls Royce. Well, if you can afford those, you don't care what the oil price is.
Right, exactly.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So go on what you were saying. I just want to finish pointing out, even though they supposedly save, they do use a lot at one time. Go ahead, sir.
A friend of mine who has, she has a beautiful home that she got in a divorce. It's about a $1.3 million place. And it's really weird because it's one of those houses that goes all over the place. You know what I'm talking about? And so it's not. Yeah. I mean, you're walking on like something that's over the living room and you're like, where the hell am I? But there's bathrooms and a butler's sink. You ever seen these? It's like a bar off the side of the living room. It's a full sink and all that other stuff.
Wow.
Well, I was trying to help because she was having some plumbing issues. Get it? I was trying to have sex with her. Plumbing issues. Okay. So I thought it was funny.
Why? How did this go so dirty so quick?
Well, sex isn't dirty. Well,
when you're involved.
Because it's Mike. ADD.
Okay, so
because Yeah, because I thought we were talking about something.
Yeah,
and-
well,
okay.
here's the thing: is I said, why don't you go to? Because she has like 3 of those big water heaters. 3
The
of them.
tankless water heaters.
No, 3 of the
No.
big.
water heaters.
How much those hold? About 90 gallons, something.
It depends. It depends. It depends.
Okay.
You know, some are 40 gallons, some are 60 gallons. I mean, like,
Yeah.
You know, some are 175 gallons.
Holy smokes! Okay.
Depending on what you want for your house.
Yeah. Okay. So she's got 3 separate ones. Okay. And they go to all these different directions. And it was a nightmare. And I said, why don't you get one of those boxes like you're talking about, you know? So we go to the store because she had never heard of it. And this was relatively new technology. So we go to the store and you know what the guy tells me?
How bad.
How many sinks do you have? And she's like, I don't know, 7, whatever she said, right? Do you know that you have to have a box for each one?
Under each sink.
No, that's wrong. It depends on how small you're talking about going. They make the small ones like what she's talking about. It's a little bitty one. It's not. You couldn't take a shower with it.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
great for washing your hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it would be good for. You could not even really washing dishes, but just washing your hands.
Right.
Those are
Now-
easy. Those are easy to put in.
Now you got to remember this is about 10 years ago, and this is an inline system. So I'm sure now they have the technology to do bigger ones to split it off. But at the time, that's what the guy told us is that for each sink that
How
you
many
wanted
years
to
ago?
have- about 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
see, that's a totally different world now.
Yeah.
And he basically said if you want to have hot water at that location, you had to have basically a bank of these things, you know, for each sink. And I was like, that doesn't make sense at all.
I have no
Yeah,
idea
he
what that
did.
was. He was at the front door. He looks like the water reading meter guy. Y'all take care of this. Let me go run upstairs real quick.
Okay. So basically in a nutshell, I don't I said nutshell. So basically what I'm getting at is it any cheaper to go that way? I mean, a
I
gas
don't
one.
know.
What about gas versus electric? Why are we talking about water heaters
Gas
on the
is
morning show?
expensive back home.
Well, I will say because we moved from an all electric house
Mhm.
to the gas we had gas in the house that we first moved into, and our
Gas stoves too.
gas stove, there was a gas stove, gas
I like-
water heater.
I like gas stoves.
I don't like gas stoves, but anyway, it was actually pretty cheap. I mean, our gas bill was like $40 a month. Now we're back into an all electric home,
Expensive.
and our electric bill last month was $288.
Now,
Yeah,
what kind
so-
of excuse me? What kind of stove do you have?
Electric.
Is it one of those flat ones or is it
Yes.
coils?
It's a flat, the ceramic top.
The induction or something like that, I guess they call it. Oh, Scotty probably knows.
I don't,
All
I
right,
don't
so
know.
my question is that more energy efficient?
Well, we don't do a whole lot of cooking on the stove, because Travis, he cooks the meats and stuff on the grill, and sometimes, depending on what kind of vegetable it is, sometimes we'll
Yeah.
wrap it in aluminum foil and cook it out there.
Well, it's a lot easier too. Everybody in summer in the South knows that it's easier to go outside and grill some stuff.
Instead of heating up
Then
the
it's-
house.
it's
Yeah, that's what I
stored
tell
to
my
your
wife.
house,
Every time my
you know?
wife turns the oven on, I'm like, "Are you kidding me? We're spending all this money for the air conditioning.
And
Yeah.
then you're spending-
Wintertime, cook fine because you're gonna heat the house too."
Yeah.
cook downstairs.
So yeah, so a lot of the stuff we don't do a whole lot of cooking on the stove. I mean, we do some, but I think
Are we still on
this-
the cost efficiency kind of thing?
Yeah, we're talking about
Yes.
stoves, electric
it-
versus gas.
Electric's always going to be better than gas.
We
Always.
We just went the other way.
Always. No, y'all go look what therms are costing right now. Electric's always going to be better than gas.
well,
That is so weird.
when we
Typical.
lived in the house next door and we had everything was gas, our gas bill was $40.
What time of the year?
Summer.
Hey, don't look at me, man.
March.
I'm a hobbit.
March,
Do I
April.
need to explain?
Well, I thought gas was cheaper.
No. Stephanie, do I
Yes.
need to explain in the summer why your gas is so low? All the listeners, when
I
you
know,
get
you're gonna
finished
say the air conditioning.
giggling, when you get finished giggling,
Well,
wait for Stephanie's
I
answer.
I understand that it's a gas heater. I understand that. I understand that it would be cheaper in the summertime. But I mean, when we first moved in the house, it was pretty chilly at the beginning of March.
But
I mean,
you're still not
everything-
running. You're not running gas,
No, we're
and
not running gas heat. Yeah.
and you try to grill out 90% of the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, of course, in the spring to fall, your gas bill, you're just paying basically a connection fee and whatever your pilot light costs to keep running.
Did you ask for a pilot? This girl over here.
I just
from
can't
Germany.
help it. But of course, in the summer months,
What
of
would be-
course.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what I was telling him, that we
But-
moved from an all electric to gas. And we were thinking, hey, yeah, it's gonna like kill us, the gas prices. But I mean,
Wait till winter. Do this. Don't use any of your electric space heaters and only use gas and watch what it costs
Oh,
you.
we don't. The house that we're in now is all electric.
See, not
so-
counting that when they started making gas non-regulated, each company screws you now.
Yeah, they can do whatever
They can do whatever they want. That's why gas therms now are, when they're charging you by the therms, it's so friggin' expensive because it's not regulated anymore.
Mm.
That was the one good thing about when we had Atlanta Gas. They didn't just screw you over. Now every company can screw you over. Like this company we're with, that I want to get away from. But what happens is you have to sign these contracts for 12 months. Well, at 12 months, our therms are real low, right? All of a sudden, and this has happened about 4 times, all of a sudden our gas bill's friggin' outrageous. Can't figure out why. It's because the contract expired. They didn't notify us that the contract expired. Then all of a sudden you're paying double the therm.
Well, the company that we went with, because we were Snapping Shoals customers, because
Yes.
this side of Rockdale County, you have to be a Snapping Shoals customer. They gave us a deal, and it was with Gas South.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how much they said.
They gas South a whole lot better than some of them, though.
Yeah, I mean, they were excellent customer service. I
You
mean,
know
they
that
were
it all
very
comes through
nice.
the same line.
It's all
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all
no, yeah.
Atlanta Gas
Isn't
Light.
that great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? It
They
all
just-
comes through the same
Most
line.
most
I
of
thought
They
it
my
was
meter it.
right.
Can-
Most of my family, no, all Atlanta Gas Light, all of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
My grandfather, one that we just buried, was a dispatcher there for 40 some odd years. It's a bunch of our relatives still work there. It's so funny because I keep hearing all the stories, because I hear people talk about the gas and all these crappy companies they deal with, but it all still goes back to Atlanta Gas.
Yeah.
I mean,
What-
every bit of it is
And
still
then
them.
like Snapping Shoals buys it from Atlanta Gas. The difference that Snapping Shoal charges you and what Atlanta Gas charges Snapping Shoals is their profit.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
these people can make money.
That's what pissed me
They
off.
don't, all they got to do is have a couple technicians on staff.
When these idiots screwed up our bill and cut our gas off and told me it was going to take 6 days to get the gas back on, I wanted to lean into the phone and go, you do know you're an effing idiot, because I know exactly. My cousin Robbie, that's what he does. He's go to the house to make sure the unit. That's why when Stephanie talked about her old house, they have to inspect your unit before they can turn your unit on. And if
Same thing applies
if
to me.
if the burners or the eyes, however you want to word it, inside your furnace are rusted, they're not allowed to turn your furnace on because the rust puts off carbon dioxide, and it's poison.
I didn't know that.
Well, also,
why
they
do you
gotta-
think when you said your furnace had the warning on it, I made a big deal out of
Yeah.
it, going, you can't turn. If that had a warning on it,
Yeah.
that gas was illegally turned on, because when the pilot light people get there, that's why they demand you be home when they come to light it, because if they have to inspect that furnace before they can turn it on.
Yeah.
And you don't want them turning it on without a pilot light, because then that is just going to sit there and collect in certain areas. It's kind of like when I fart under the blanket.
So yeah, let's just change that subject.
What? It's still methane
But
gas.
yes, that's the problem. And in today's times, they have made stuff so efficient with the electricity. My screw up, when my water heater went out, I just really quickly swapped it back out to a gas. Well, my problem was that I already said I wanted to go electric, because then I could put it over here on this end of the house, because right now my water heater is at the total opposite end of the house
Why do
from
they do
all
that?
my water devices. So if I was smart, I'd have just got the electric one, put it under my bedroom, and we would have saved a ton of money in water, because it wouldn't have been running cold water so far before we got to warm water, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And they make a recirculator, and A lot of people swear that's the way to go, but the problem is a recirculator keeps the water from the tank. It keeps the water in the tank and the water's in all your hot water pipes circulating. But the problem is for the ratio, you're running electricity to run the pump. You're moving a lot of water, but your pilot light, your water heater stays on more. So
yes,
even though your water bill may go down because you're not running out gallons of water waiting for the hot water to come to your hand, you may save money there, but your therms will go out of this world.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
So what's more cost efficient? That's the problem.
Well, would a closed system? Yeah, see, because that's going to be a closed system, correct? If it's going to be constantly.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be taking water from the water heater and just moving the hot water all around. It just sucks. And then I have a buddy that had 2 water heaters. He had like I almost did this. Under my bedroom, I'd put an electric water heater, and then the hot water off of that water heater feeds the electric water heater.
Yeah, got you. Kind of like almost a redundant system, but
right. So
like a supporting system.
Yes. So in other words, the electric one wouldn't work nearly that much harder, but you would still then be adding. You got to weigh it out, and it all comes down to what you want, what you're willing to spend your money on.
Now,
your convenience. What is your convenience worth is what it really comes down to.
In Europe, a lot of the buildings.
Too many years of swapping these things out, dude.
In Frankfurt, especially, a lot of the office buildings have their piping or plumbing located on the outside of the building. It's built into the architecture, and it's also built on the side where it will get the sun. Sun is at a premium in Germany. It's not like hot summer days all the time. It's generally cloudy. The weather is very comparable to like Oregon or Washington State. So it's kind of like they make good use of it. And there's what about if you could have like a micro turbine type windmill on your house? They're only about as big as this monster can, but let's say you had about 20 of them going across the top of your house, and that could provide, just something to shore up that closed system. And that closed system is very interesting. I like that. You see what I'm getting at? That would be cool.
Actually, I mean, there's tons of ways.
Man, that
to
could
save
be
money.
It's a little dangerous, but I'm sure it's not like under high pressure.
Well, I try to tell people too, with LED lights being the way they are today, you change out every one of these 120 volt bulbs to a LED. That is safe. But then also, say, for instance, Stephanie's house, my house, you sit in your living room, how many hours with the light on and the TV on? So you go buy 2 6-volt Trojan batteries. You spend about $400 for the batteries. You could go get these solar panels that will charge the battery. So I've literally on my deck could put these 2 6-volt batteries, put my solar panels out to keep charging it. And then during the daytime hours, I can run my TV, and at night run my TV and my lights. And people go, well, then when the batteries run out, well, then you just flip a switch and go back to regular AC power.
Or it just automatically does.
Right. Well, because if you have the right device, you can do that. But keeping it cheap, you can just manually do it. The point is that the thing that's using the most electricity all the time, meaning the TV doesn't use more electricity than the dryer. We know that.
Right.
At that moment. But as a total monthly expense, your TV and maybe the lamp next to the TV are your leading electricity.
Right.
Or besides maybe your air conditioning, but you can't put your air conditioning on batteries. But just think of the money that you could save.
Yeah, because I mean your dryer, let's say.
And then if the electricity goes out to your house, by the way, at least you'd still have LED lights that you can flip on. Like I could take the lights in the bus. So I'm making it where you can get exactly what I'm saying. Those them flat string type lights that are in the bus. Those false wood beams in my living room?
Yes.
Okay. I could put 2 rows of that on those batteries and use those to give me light at night. But the benefit is if the house ever went dark, I just pick up the remote, boom, I light up. I could light up. I literally could put 1 strand down the left side from my kitchen to my TV and down the right side. And then if the house ever went dead, all I'd have to do is just hit a switch and I'm running 12-volt lights and lighting up my 3 rooms.
Wouldn't that be cool?
But just think during the normal everyday hours, I still use those.
Yeah.
And it's not costing me nothing. Initially, yes, it would cost you $500. But over the course of 7 years, how much money would you save?
Yeah, big time. I guess I'm a little confused on the light bulb thing.
Dude, when I first switched over my other house to the screw-in fluorescents, I dropped my bill by $100.
I'm sitting there thinking, wow, man, because they went to those little screw poly lights, whatever.
Yeah, the fluorescents
or whatever. And they said, okay, so everybody's going to have those by whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. And so everybody did it. Now they're saying, those aren't really so good.
Well, because now technology's allowed us to take LEDs and go so much more. Dude, I got a LED upstairs, an LED light bulb. And it's a clear one instead of a frost. Everybody's buying the frost colors. Y'all are idiots because
soft,
when you buy frost, you're trying to save money to get brighter light. Then you get a frost light bulb that makes your light dimmer. Does everybody get that?
Yeah.
So I bought these clear ones. Okay, these bulbs are they're about the size of a big plum, right?
Yeah, I got a couple.
It puts out 25 watts worth of light. But really, it should be called looms, but nobody knows looms.
Yeah.
So you have to compare it to an incandescent 25 watt.
Yeah.
It uses 3 watts, and it lights up my living room. 3 watts. It lights up my living room.
Well, I got to tell you.
I don't even turn it off. We use it as a nightlight. Do you know that bulb that lights up my whole room uses less electricity than one of them stupid little hallway lights that you plug in to light up your hallway in the dark?
Oh yeah.
Those use 25 watts of light.
Really?
And
with 25 watts of light, I can light up 3 rooms for what one night light costs. Go ahead, right? You're in my area on this conversation.
And also, you know what? It's a lot easier to put motion sensors with LEDs.
Yes,
it works great.
Well, motion sensor with fluorescence is insane. It doesn't. Because fluorescence just don't work that way.
They don't come on immediately.
And on top of that, when you turn them on, they are not at their full brightness for several.
Whatever.
It would be almost a minute before they'd hit brightness. So for you to try to put on a motion sensor, I mean, 90% of the time, let's face it, like Steph, when the compressor and stuff was stolen from you guys, when the motion sensor kicks on, it's because I need to see somebody stealing my stuff. Not, hey, stand there long enough for my bulbs to warm up so I can see you. That's almost as stupid as the person with an unloaded gun. Wait a minute, let me put one in the chamber.
Easy.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
anybody that walks around with an unloaded gun is an idiot. You might as well be walking around with a rock.
You're just mean.
I'm going to throw my gun at you.
You are just,
Could you please lean your head in an upward motion so I can aim this at your throat?
I guarantee you, I can load that thing and get around.
You might as well have this boomerang over here.
You got a boomerang?
Yeah, AJ brought one from Australia.
Awesome.
Were you not here the day that AJ came?
No, I wasn't here, remember?
I thought you were here the day
from
AJ
Australia.
came.
Anyways, we need to go to a commercial.
That's just a winky little one, man.
But what people don't realize is your meter, your home meter, they charge you by the kilowatts. Kilowatts is the 1,000 watts. So if you can decrease your hourly wattage, you're going to decrease your bill.
Definitely.
I mean, because it's real simple math. What used to be in my house when incandescents, I had a 100 watt in my ceiling fan over my bed. And then to the left of my bed, I had a 60 watt over my desk. So when I would come in home from work or whatever, I'd hit both light switches to turn on the light up my room. Then you go into the bathroom and there was like 260 watt incandescents over the sink. So now I just did the math. When I swapped everything over to fluorescence, I was able, for the 160 watts that it took to do my bedroom, just my bedroom. All right. So just one room cost me 160 watts, right? I was able to do kitchen, dining room, living room, hallway, bathroom, the hall bathroom, the 2 spare bedrooms, my hallway, my bathroom, and my bedroom. So I was able to do 10 rooms for the same amount of electricity that I used to do one room. And at the time, I had drunk Jim living with me, who would get drunk and walk from his bedroom to the refrigerator and turn on every friggin' light switch and forget to turn them off. I would come home from fusions and see everything in the house turned on and go, Jim's drunk again.
On the Facebook chat, it says, "True, do not carry unchambered."
Oh, shut up, Alex.
It's not Alex.
It's not Alex.
Okay.
Well, what would be your point for an unchambered gun?
I'll get into that again.
We'll be right back, everybody. It's just fun in the morning. This is why we had that show called Tech Talk that never went anywhere. I didn't know the microphone was still locked.
Uh-oh. Now you did.
Like I'm fixing to throw up. And Travis is at home sick, by the way.
Yeah, Alex is gonna be mad, but that's what Tech Talk was invented for. It was.
You want to eat after me, Mike? You want to share my herpes?
Man, could you stop with the herpes? And now she's rubbing it again. What if that shit's like poison ivy?
Not a safe carry method.
Oh, so anyways, I found out when I went up there. Still home and Zayla. What's up with you, Corinne? You hurting? Oh.
So right side lately is like a bit difficult.
I was begging for another. I felt good, and then when I left the hospital, I was still feeling good.
But that's one thing I don't.
About an
I
hour
hate
later?
to do. Hate to do it. About the sinks and all that. Remember how Mike was explaining how huge the house was?
I was just trying to figure out what.
I got it right under the skin every time I kind of put it in a little bit. I felt how the medication was going in. Oh, you want one?
What's Travis homesick for?
They're having both stomach problems.
Probably that food we ate last night.
Hey, if you're both not feeling good. Bad.
casserole that I made Friday night.
And that was not meant to be rude, but I was so, it was just, yeah.
About,
The VA art
about them
stand.
raising
oh,
hell.
oh,
They
oh,
spent
oh.
dude, they spent $250,000 on a light fixture.
They
1.2
spent one
million on a rock.
on a decorative
know.
rock.
But they're sitting there saying, "Whoa, this is a light fixture." They're like, "No, it's you told us it's art. That's why you spent $250,000. Now you're trying to defend yourself and say no, it's a light." And they said, "Who spends $250,000 on a light?"
And some of the art,
So the way they're trying to defend themselves are backpedaling.
some of the art was.
And we're back. So we wanted to bring up over the weekend. There's a big to do with the Veterans Hospital, and now the government is pissed off because the directors or the people in charge have been spending way too much money on artwork. So like $5 million in artwork.
Well,
I keep saying, why are we not using donated art?
yeah.
What about
Or have-
veterans?
The veterans that sit at home with post-traumatic stress and paint and do sculptures, and why is that stuff not just donated?
Mhm.
Well, I think it goes along with the same thing that I always talk about the VA. By the way, if anybody from the VA is listening, I hate you. I can't stand you, and I hope you all die.
You suck.
I hope you all die of some weird thing. But the truth of the matter is what they spent approximately $5 million on, stuff that hangs on the wall or stuff you see
Right.
when you
Well,
walk in.
and that's what we're making the crack is they're talking about the light fixture, $250,000 on a light fixture. Well, then when they get in trouble for this, they go, "You spent $250,000 on this art." They go, "But it's a light fixture." And then like, no, who spends $250,000 on a light fixture? They're going, "But it's art." No, wait, which one is it?
Yeah.
Are you going to defend it and call it art and you're in trouble now for spending that much money on art? Or are you going to try to claim that you spent it on a light fixture and then we're really going to give you hell because you spent $250,000 on a light fixture? They're just backpedaling.
Yes.
And then the rock, bring up the rock.
$1.2 million on a rock sculpture.
On a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It don't even look like a sculpture. It looks like a rock.
looks like a rock. Okay.
We sculptured this rock to resemble a rock. So we took this rock from Georgia's granite quarry and we made it look like a rock from the Grand Canyon.
I mean,
For $50 more, we could have transported you a rock from the Grand Canyon.
Now get this too. Here's their catch-all, like you were saying. It was budgeted in, and the budget was approved. What's the problem?
The people that did the approval need their heads analyzed.
Well, the people that did the approval more than likely own the company that cuts out the rock.
Well, or the people that did the approval for the art also all approved their pay raise.
Well, last year they did give out $110 million in bonuses.
There you go. Bonuses.
That
$110 million and the extra $5 in art could have been like, I don't know, fixing a couple of, arms that were missing, a couple legs that were missing, a couple psychiatric evaluations, couple of the bladder bags that needed to be given out, some hearing aid batteries.
Yep.
Come on.
Like I always say, the VA diagnosed me with loss of hearing in my left ear. Gave me a hearing aid, give me batteries. I put in the claim as instructed by the VA, and they turned down the claim. So,
Outrageous, man. Outrageous.
And the reason being is the first person that claim goes to, and I'm speculating, but this is Military Mike. The first person that goes to is they go, "Waka!" and they just stamp it disapproved and send it on. And up on a chalkboard, they go 1, another one from the pile, disapproved 2. And then at the end of the day, they say, "Look how much work I did."
Gotcha.
Okay. And then after a week of that much work, and after a month of that work, and after a year of that much work, they go, I want a raise. Look how much work I do.
It's stupid, though. This is why nobody wants to work there anymore.
Yeah.
What happened to standing up at the damn game because of the flag, you idiot? What happened to doing the right thing and working at the VA because these guys need you? What happened to being proud of doing what you're supposed to do?
If anybody out there, sorry, Steph, if anybody out there would like to just go walk with me through the lower floor of the VA hospital on Claremont Drive, just let me know. We'll ride out there together.
I'll go any day you want to go.
We'll take a walk. You cannot take pictures. Boy, I almost got caught that day. I took the one by the pharmacy. You cannot take pictures, but I guarantee it, when you walk out of there, if you're not in tears, then you're a cold, hard son of a bitch, because I am a cold, hard son of a bitch when it comes to this stuff. And I can't, every time I go to a doctor's appointment, by the time I get to my car, I'm in tears.
So how do they know you're taking pictures?
I bet you that is the most.
So you can't even pull your phone out?
You can, but if you start doing the whole thing.
Well, I've got that set up where I can wear my phone around my neck and just walk, and it don't even look like I'm videoing.
Yeah, if you post that too, you see what I'm saying? If you post it and you like check in or something like that, they know.
Okay. Steph, what were you gonna say? I gotta fix the microphone, but keep going.
Okay.
The article that because I was trying to do some research so I could be able to know what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The article that I found states that between 2004 and 2014, that $20 million was spent by the VA.
$20 million over a course of how many years?
10 years.
Wow.
On art.
So 20 million over 10 years.
Yes.
And I have to get a student loan because my post 9/11 GI Bill won't cover my classes.
And apparently
that's where I'm shaking my head. Is the money
20 million
blown?
I have to pay for some of my
You know what I'm hearing? As I'm hearing that the VA hospital has turned into Goodwill. You remember Goodwill? We used to donate thinking it was for people, and now we find out the Goodwill is owned by the dude that's on Shark Tank, and Goodwill has just turned into a department store. But people are giving away their product that this dude's selling, and he becomes a millionaire owning Goodyear. I mean, he's not Goodyear, but Goodwill. It's a good year for him, though.
Yeah, it's a good year for him. But
that's what's happening with the VA. They've turned it into a business instead of helping.
Well, and they're going to say that they
wasn't it developed to help the veterans? Why is it a business at this point?
Let me tell you something. If I read you the actual mission statement from the man that started the VA, you will be infuriated, because basically what it says is we're here to serve the people that served.
That just blows my mind.
And another thing that I like to comment about is the fact that there are 23 million current veterans that have not even they haven't even signed up. They're not even registered yet with the Veterans Administration. So anyone who feels that the system now is overwhelmed, wait till all of these folks fill it out. Now, another thing that I would like to bring everybody's attention to is that there are so many people, like 70% of all claims are disapproved on the first run. Do you know how many people just give up after that?
It's insane.
It's the second applicant or the second reviewer or whatever is only represents about 30%.
So it's almost like making an insurance claim. Their whole thing is to try to get out of it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But the government's so good and takes such good care of our vets.
Well, I mean, this will make your head hurt.
I hope when the election happens, maybe a few things change.
This will make your head hurt.
I mean, I don't want to hope for the small miracles, but
when I first was diagnosed with some of the medications I currently take, I had to pay for them. And one time they prescribed vitamin D, a bottle of vitamin D, which you can get at Walmart. It was $39, okay, from the VA. And I had to pay for that, but they prescribed it. Now get this, I didn't pay for it. So what they did was they sent me to a collection agency.
Oh my God.
They used to
the VA has a collection agency.
Yes. And they used to brag with posters on the walls that we have recovered over $1 billion in pharmaceutical expenses by charging veterans for for medicines or prescriptions that weren't required for line of duty injuries.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Now that's all gone.
That is
Somebody
insane.
got smart and went, "Hey, wait a minute. That looks like we're screwing our own people."
That's what it sounds like.
They got to get the money to pay for their artwork somehow.
Good point. Or they got to get the
Or
money.
their bonuses.
Yeah. Do you know that
Yeah, or their
300 million?
bonuses, yeah.
300 million was set aside for the next 3 years, starting in 2017, but it was stopped. I don't know if Senator Isaacson,
Yeah.
who
Is there a reason we need 300 million in
for bonus money?
in bonuses?
Well, yeah.
I mean, is there a reason
Yeah.
that we need
Oh yeah.
5 million in artwork?
Yes, absolutely. One, we have to create a pleasant work environment.
Well, how about we take some of the vets that have post-traumatic stress, we take this real money and set aside to give them like an arts and crafts thing to help them with their psychological welfare, and maybe some of their artwork could be presented.
I mean, I would much rather look at a painting that a disabled vet did to rehab himself, rehabilitate himself, or whatever, than look at a Picasso.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's a terrible thing, and unfortunately,
Yeah, Picasso cut his own ear off. Let's see somebody that accidentally got one blown off.
Picasso's wife was probably a nag. I could talk about the VA. We'll talk about it some probably tonight on The World According to Mike at 7:00. I'm gonna try to get in touch with Jack here in a second.
He's on Facebook.
Is he? Okay, good.
I mean, not Facebook, YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. Hey Jack, I'm about to text you.
That's who was calling you out about the unchambered.
Oh well, Mister. Let's not do that, because that will bring everybody down. There was some really funny stuff that happened, and of course,
with Hillary,
9/11, was yesterday. And what did anything good? Do you guys have any good stories from yesterday? Because let me tell you something, Pastor Dave.
I was able to get out of the house and go get me something to eat because I'd been cooped up for a couple of days.
I was invited for lunch.
You were invited for lunch. Pastor Dave, who's been on the show, he did service yesterday at our church, First Christian Church of Monroe. And let me tell you something, spot on, great sermon. I was so impressed. And basically he talked about, because there's some people that walk around all depressed about 9/11.
mm-hmm.
But yet they're not doing anything. I mean, there's so many things you can do to help this country, even at our itty bitty little levels, and people don't do it. They just sit back and whine and complain, and the Muslims are killing all of us. You see what I'm saying? Is there are things that all of us can be doing. Our communities need our help. Everybody agree with that?
Get out, clean the side of the road up.
I mean, stop sitting around freaking complaining about it and look, I'm not saying it's broken, so I don't need you to fix it. But I'm saying everybody's community needs some help. If there is a project out there that you really, really, really want to help with, and it's not already established, start it. Why does everybody think that their whole path, their future path, has to be based on what happened or their future has to be based on what they did in the past or what they used to do in the past? Screw that. Whatever our county used to do now and it's not working, well, that's insanity. Change it.
Yeah.
Get involved, man.
That's like the lake. Travis and I yesterday, we were all down at the lake when she came back feeding trying to feed the ducks, and we were talking about cleaning the cans that were right there in the lake, that now the water's so low that we can actually get out there and pick the cans up to clean the lake up.
And you know what? This
dumb German here had to ask, where are they from? Did you throw them in there? No.
No, okay, so you know what? You're going to start doing that stuff, and guess what? Don't ask anybody to help you. Seriously, don't ask anybody to help you, because if you go do it and it looks nice and you did it, you're going to feel good about it. If other people want to get involved, they'll get their lazy asses out there and they'll do something. Yep. They will come out there and go, hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm your neighbor or something. You'll be like, I know, I'm married to your cousin. But then you guys can all go out out there. You guys can all go out there and clean the lake, and you guys will be proud of that. See, that's why we're not proud anymore. Is because we detach ourselves from everything that the slightest little bit of tension or uneasiness, we avoid it. And that's what happens in third world countries. That's why people walk down the street, they look each other in the eyes, and they look down at the ground because they don't want to get involved with anything.
And another thing, well, yeah, they don't want to get involved in anything, and they're always waiting for the other person to do it.
Well, yeah, but you know, the religion has a lot to do with that too now, because if I have something and you don't, and you want it, and I leave it sitting there, it's okay, take it, because I no longer am securing it. It's no longer in my possession. So you see what I'm getting at is, so if I've got a nice clean yard,
Yeah.
and it's all, you know, gussied up and all that other stuff, you know, in today's world, people, it's so funny. People will complain about it. A nice clean yard. People, you know, she's always out there working on her yard.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Well,
see,
Get out there and work on yours.
yeah, the perception has changed, and we'll never change that by being upset with each other, because nobody responds to that. Nobody. You know what? My kid, I can yell and scream at him, and he'll do what he's supposed to, but everybody will be unhappy. Or I can talk to him, and we'll get the job done, and we'll both be happy. So, I mean, it's your choice. But I'm not going to listen to people complain to me anymore about stuff without my answer. If somebody hits me with facts, I'm going to say, what's your reference?
Facts.
Yeah.
It means you'd have to look them up.
No, but that's the new thing I'm going to be doing now, because people are always constantly saying these crazy, insane numbers. I do it, but in a joking manner. But these people say it to me when we're talking, or when, you know, somebody said that Rumsfeld on September 10th said there was $2.3 trillion missing. Then 9/11 happened, and now nobody else brings up the money. Our government's lying. I couldn't find that story anywhere. I looked on Snopes, Onion. I looked all over the place. So you see, this is what's occurring. Sean Hannity, was it? No, Herman Cain. Sorry, Herman Cain was talking about eating lunch. Okay, and listening to the conversation next to him, where an African American woman or a black woman or whatever we're calling ourselves this week, she goes, "Did you hear that Trump wants to put us all back on plantations?"
That's crazy.
Herman
Where the
Cain
hell
leaned
did that
over
come
and went,
from?
"Where'd you hear that?" And the lady didn't know it was Herman Cain. And Herman Cain said that the lady went, "Oh, that's what I heard. I heard it on TV. I heard where he was saying it. You know, I know it's true. I read it in the caption, all that other stuff." And he said, "Man, my name is Herman Cain. I ran for president. I have a talk show millions of people listen to. And that is the most insane thing I have ever heard somebody say." And she said, "Well, it's true." Even talking to Herman Cain, she was sticking to that stupid story. And
Because
okay,
she probably had that mentality that
because
she
somebody
was
else
right.
told her.
Yeah.
Somebody else told her. Do you know that when Obama got elected the first time, I was in the military, and a friend of mine told me he put his hand, he swore to the Quran.
Yeah, I'd heard
And
that.
I looked at him and I said, "Are you, you know, where do
He might have swore on some crayons,
I
but
said,
not the
where
Quran.
Where do you people get this stuff?"
Well,
Yeah.
what is that? Snoop? What is that?
Snopes.
Snopes.
Yeah.
Have
What?
you heard that Trump said us Germans need to pay because we got the army over there?
Yes.
That's bullshit.
Why?
Because remember how there was a
You're
like
renting
a
our armed
flag?
services.
Yeah. Remember, there was a big
No,
war
we
that y'all
don't rent
lost.
them. We don't.
I'm being
I
sarcastic.
know.
There was a real big war. I think they called it World War II. You guys
We
lost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't. So
I know.
okay.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all did. Y'all lost. So we're over there. Why are we still over there?
Because it's a peace contract.
Contract.
Why are we keeping the peace in Germany?
No. Listen, contract.
Yeah.
There's a contract
Okay. Who's paying for the contract?
between.
Thank you, Mike. That's where I was going.
I know. See,
It's
you will
us.
never win this conversation, because
It's us.
when I was stationed in
Hey,
Germany for 3 years, I was like,
I can actually win that. Wenn ich nämlich anfange in Deutsch zu reden, dann habe ich
blah, blah,
gewonnen.
blah, blah. Ik verstehe sie niks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do.
But you think of all the money spent with some of our guys being in other countries, not Germany thing, just
Billions.
period.
And what are we doing in Germany? Drinking beer, partying.
How many troops are in Germany?
And that's why we're supposed to pay.
How many? Again, that's why I'm asking. how many people, how many of our guys are in
There's not
Germany?
a lot left.
And what is our reasoning for
Yes.
being there?
Keeping the
Keep the
Nazis
peace.
down.
The thing is,
Well, I
there's-
mean,
there's-
seriously, what are we there
there's,
for?
there's one major base where
Strategic area.
where-
So it's just an area for us to be placed so that if something happens, we at least have people on that side of the planet.
Yes,
not
sir.
only
Yes,
that, the
Basically.
So then,
Ramstein
yeah, they don't have
base, Ramstein Air Base, is the base where all the planes come in and
Refuel
and take
and-
out.
yeah.
Right.
right. So
So
then, why
whether-
would Germany pay for that?
whether they're in
We're using
Afghanistan
them
or
for
whatever.
a
Yeah.
stepping stone.
A strategic.
We had
placement.
more tanks when the white flags went up. That's why.
Regardless,
Like,
right now, it's
Dude.
strategically placing us over there. So if something happened, we're easily access to other areas.
Why are we in Afghanistan?
That's a good question. I've always asked that
Strategic
question.
location for a landlocked country based in China's backyard. So the Afghans should pay us for being there?
Well, considering some of what we've done for them,
They don't have anything.
yeah, but didn't we build schools?
They don't use
Doesn't change the fact that we did it.
them. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We built schools. We built irrigation systems for their fields to grow wheat and their own stuff. And
I
as soon
thought
as
you
we
said
left,
weed for a second.
Well,
that's what
that
they
too.
did. Yeah, as soon as we left, they grew opium. So yeah, and they sell it on the the black market, and
That's right.
the Taliban makes tons of money.
All right, we got to shut off the commercial.
Again?
We talk 20 minutes, or we're supposed to. We overtalk it a lot of times. But all right, everybody, we'll be right back. It's just fun in the morning.
so I take it you like the cake? No, I know. That's why you keep stuffing it in his face. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, just to try and be on the safe side. Right?
God, I was tired.
Yeah, I know. The next piece might be even worse, Yeah, see? Gotta take another bite. How much is gone yet? Yeah. You just said it's horrible.
It is. Touching it.
No.
Nine-ish. He
You
picks
missed
me
that
up
part of the
around
conversation.
9-ish. That's why I ain't checked.
He's picking you up today?
Oh my God. So that means your information's even wrong. He was saying that all weekend he'd been trying to get a hold of Tyler, and Tyler says, I can't do anything. My car's broke down. So he's got Mike under the impression he ain't doing nothing, which that's why we were fixing to laugh, go, well, apparently you hadn't heard, but now apparently we haven't heard.
I can't be there.
Well, I assume he's taking his grandma's car because she's taking me to
Hey,
lunch
when was your last time I talked to him versus
this
last
morning.
Huh?
This morning.
Okay, so he lied to you.
No, because his grandma wants to take me out to lunch, so Tyler's coming to get me.
Yeah, that still doesn't change the fact what he told Mike.
But so you did speak to him this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know.
This is the chaos that happens around here that you get lucky enough to miss when you're over there.
Well, I get a lot of it when I get to watch.
Yeah, when you get to see the videos, because
Yeah.
this is how quick everything's
Messed up and
constantly
can't go up. Yeah.
changing and misinformation. And
So are we going back with the whole Hillary?
Hell yeah.
Are we when we get back, we're gonna talk about that? Because I got it. Donald
still
Trump
up till
says
Friday,
he'll
aren't we?
release details health this week.
I bet. Because, you can. I know there's one or two real good places in the States. In
I
the
was actually,
States.
yeah, pour some of it in a cup. Actually, I brought it out to drink it the
I'm
other
the
night
type-
and never
I
did.
like to compare and see,
But
how they do it over
That's
here.
what it's for.
I know it's not the same. Oh,
Need a
I
cup.
know.
Uh,
I went to
Here, try this one.
when I lived in Washington State. I went to what's it called? It's also a German town, set up like a Bavarian town. And I went and looked. I had a class actually sitting there laughing because Americans
that.
really think that's how it is.
Oh yeah, if you went to
And
hell
it's
and you
not.
die.
It's not.
Goes for bud. Okay, so I just text Tyler. You text him. See if he answers you.
On my way.
Yeah, you text him from your phone. Say, hey, are you still coming?
All right, everybody, we is back. And look, we were talking earlier about all this techie stuff and trying to save stuff. You know, that's what created actually what started the idea of creating Tech Talk, because we were always talking about solar panel stuff and how to save money and everything like that. And the show just didn't work out the way we needed it to. And it is what it is. But we are still trying to find a guy that wants to do that type of stuff. Solar panels, wind turbines. There's some, Mike's pointing at himself, but y'all started out doing guns and gadgets, and then both of you quit talking about guns and the technical stuff and quit talking about the cool gadgets, which is what the show was designed for. And then y'all both branched out to do your own show, and neither one of you covered tech anymore. So that's why I'm saying we need to find somebody that can actually do Tech Talk and talk about, there's so many cool things that can be done with 6-volt batteries. There's so many things that can be done with water mills. There's a river or a large creek, if you will, in Conyers over off of Honey Creek. And I had made the comment that somebody should take the water current on the creek goes through their property,
water mill,
and put in a water mill.
Yeah,
they
cool.
said, the other owner that lived here was demanded to take it out.
Wow.
And I said, why? They said, because they said the water belonged to Rockdale. I said, nobody owns water. Nobody owns water. It doesn't work that way. So I would have been willing to fight the county for that.
So I guess the still's out of the question.
Imagine that.
Dang it, man.
Do you know there used to be some laws, and it's really cute how this law works. If I could take a canoe or a raft and take the water current to push me on water, not earth, but on water into a pond in the middle of your, fenced off property, if there's a creek that ran through the property, you couldn't stop me from legally doing that because I never touched your land.
Right.
Now I think they've kind of reworded it, but used to, as long as you did not physically walk across their land, you were just traveling down the river or down the creek.
Yeah, I think something there has changed because the Army Corps of Engineers are involved, and the majority of our water goes to Alabama, right? Isn't there? Because remember the whole when Lake Lanier was down so far, and Alabama was like,
we were
water.
Right.
So I think we were holding back the water on that,
but because we needed to on our end. But you're stopping the next guy.
Right. I don't know if you can legally do that anymore, but they could back in, Western times because it happened all the time. That's how you got people to give up their land was you dried up their creek beds.
Up the creek beds. Right. Right. You can't do that anymore.
That'd be cool to get us some cowboy hats.
Yeah, you can't legally divert water anymore. But again, doing the water mill to create power should be 100% legal.
How could that be a bad thing?
Yeah.
It's,
a lot of people don't realize this. Do you know that you can take a treadmill, don't plug it into your wall. You can actually walk on it, and it will actually throw power out on that cord, so that you could actually power up stuff that way by walking on the treadmill.
You can also use a stationary bike and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're
so all these things that take electricity to turn, if you turn it, will create. There's people that have taken ceiling fans out of their house and made wind turbines because the same 120 volts it takes to make it spin, you can mechanically spin it or use the air to spin it and put it out. It becomes a generator at that point. But again, that's what Tech Talk was going to do. Me and little Richard, 2-3 years ago, started talking about it when the morning show first started. And I said, man, that'd be great. We just got to find somebody that wants to do it. And even if we only did it once a month, you know what I mean? It would just be kind of cool.
I think, yeah, well, I mean, what's that guy's name? Little dude, Italian. Lou are gonna do the
80s.
80s thing
Yeah.
once a month. So somebody else gonna have to pick up.
Yeah,
the
well, I've
slack
been
on
chatting with him.
take that.
He's got some really good
Yeah, I
ideas.
know, it's funny. It's gonna be cool.
And what's cool is he's almost like in my mind. Everything he's saying,
Ooh.
I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I want.
Yeah, it'd be cool. And I'm gonna wear like my fuzzy big hair from the 80s. I'm gonna do like disco dance. I got
Dude,
disco ball.
Don't be coming in here with no parachute pants on.
I got.
What'd you do? Sew 6 pair together?
No, shut up. God, I hope you're
There's no way that you could wear one of your pair of parachute pants.
I hope one ascends and one descends right out of your armor all.
Hey, when we're done, I'll let you check them if you want.
Okay.
My problem is you'd squeeze them trying to hurt them.
Oh, I got a Leatherman in my bag. I'll show you something you've never seen. The other end. So
kind of weird when Mike says he's gonna show me his other end.
Talking about the tech talk stuff and the guns and gadgets stuff. It's extremely difficult to talk about the stuff without actually having hands on. Now, I'm sure you've seen the YouTube video like FP Russian. This guy, where this guy gets these weapons or who's backing them, but he gets all of the
amazing
cool
how they get them,
weapons, right? Man. He's dealing with millions of dollars of weapons that he tests in the videos, and the ammo. Holy crud! He goes through hundreds and hundreds of rounds on a 5-minute video. So that would, I don't mind kind of helping if I can. But the problem is the gun. I mean, we'd have to do like an up close camera angle on the gun to talk about it.
Right.
Or we'd have to do some range time and shoot it and talk about that. But I don't know. Maybe we just do a couple segues. Just
by the way, this guy Adam's a douche nugget.
I know. I told him he was an idiot.
Yeah, and then Ken Morgan says I have to agree with Mike.
Yeah. This guy's an idiot.
Still on there?
And anybody who's gonna say I'm supposed to feel bad for these millionaire NFL.
Yeah, who
players,
the hell's gonna feel bad for them?
It's just not gonna happen.
And this idiot's trying to say y'all have no idea where he comes from. Well, I know the golden toilet he sits on now.
Yeah,
that's all I know.
Does anybody know where I came from? Does anybody know what I mean?
That's does. Right.
Yeah, Ken
I know. It's so funny listening to people run that mouth.
Okay, this guy's got to be a Democrat.
He's got to be a dumbass. It's one of these
things where even Hillary Clinton damn near passed out and hit the ground yesterday if it wasn't for that huge Secret Serviceman. And I still got Democrats going, she said she was overheated. Oh, that's funny. Well, now the doctor says she has pneumonia.
Here's a curious, now that they're saying there's a doppelganger, is that reason that we keep seeing the people in the big shumu outfit, moo outfits, is so that we can't see the body size difference between her and her lookalike?
Yes.
Starting to make you wonder.
That's it. No. I'm here to tell you the reason why she's gaining weight and she's retaining all this stuff is because she's probably having internal issues.
No, I'm not trying to make comments about her gaining weight. I was saying, is there a reason that they're putting her in these big shumu outfits so that we can't see the difference between her and her double?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think that's,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yesterday, they show a picture of a woman in sunglasses saying that it's Hillary, and you can see a slight difference between the two.
Yeah, man, but I'm here to tell you, take some pictures or look back at some pictures from, let's say, a year ago, and now look at all the different pictures of Hillary. Holy smokes, man. That woman is aging at an accelerated rate.
Man.
Even, I mean, it shows on
Look
Trump,
at Bill,
too.
dude. Bill's looking rough.
Bill is scary looking, man. Without all the makeup and all.
And then how about the woman that said, that's come forward saying that Bill Clinton gave her AIDS?
That's crazy.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and because of everything that's going on with Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump has said that he's going to release his detailed health report this week.
But you know what? They're not required by any means to give up their tax records, but I believe they do have to be completely transparent with their medical, because we can't have a president that's, whacked out stupid crazy on freaking meds.
Really? We had Clinton.
He was whacked out crazy on Monica.
He was over. No, he was whacked off crazy on Monica.
Oh my God.
But if anybody
I'm sorry.
watched-
It's 9:10. I shouldn't have said that one. I apologize for nothing.
Yeah, I did not have sexual relationships with that woman.
Tubby said, "Tell Ken I love him."
well,
That's some scary man love stuff.
the video of
jealous.
her yesterday, Hillary Clinton. I mean, it looks like a seizure because she was jerking.
Hey, it's 9/11. That means it's 911, y'all.
Hey, cool.
Praise.
I think you're right, Steph.
No!
I think you're right, Steph. She appears to be leaning up against stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She appears to have people, and then once she has to move, she goes into that like seizure
Like a
type
wobble.
quiver. Yeah, wobble.
Dude, she looked like she had been hanging out with my wife and Crystal Miller on the night that Jaeger bombs were being served up like a lemonade stand on the side of the road.
But and you know, they said she fainted. She
looked like
she
passed
looked.
out.
I don't know. I mean, she was upright, just wobbling.
Yeah, but
Wobble,
if you
baby,
faint-
wobble, baby,
if
wobble,
you
baby.
faint, you don't walk. If you faint, you just
Yeah, I
boom.
mean, it looked like
You
she
know?
was walking, and then it looked like she was tackled into the blame
Yeah.
van.
Well, that's what it looks like sometimes.
It looked like the mafia trying to get a body that had
Hey.
just been shot.
Okay, with all this aside and the things that we know about Hillary, is this seriously? Is this who we want?
It's
in-
not
in the
11.
White House?
Hello, let's just go back to Benghazi. Is this
Look
really
at
who we want?
Benghazi and the emails and this and that and this and that and Bill and Monica and this.
I mean,
and
there's other
everybody
people now coming
dying
forward
and-
going, you know, look at all the people that have died that are been around them. Look at all the corruption they've done. Look at their entire history. How can people allow that?
When she was a junior attorney, she represented that guy
Who raped
that raped a little
somebody.
girl.
Yeah.
And of course, Snopes is like, well, technically it's right, but there are some, inaccuracies. Dude, it's an audio tape of the woman laughing that she got the guy off.
Yeah.
How do you? Okay, so that's like you remember that show with Rodney Dangerfield where him and his kid were going to the same college?
I feel that way.
What was that called? What was that called when Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh my
and
God.
his
I just
son-
saw the picture of it the other day
they
where he
were-
goes back to college.
Yeah, they were
I can't remember the
they
name
were-
of it,
They
but
went
yeah.
to this college together. Okay, well, remember Rodney Dangerfield was a wealthy man, and he
Yeah.
hired a guy to do
all
a
his
thesis
tests and yeah.
paperwork on the book the guy wrote,
Yeah,
and he still got a C.
right.
That's kind of what I feel like now. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like no matter what you say about Trump, it's going to be horrible. Trump has a pimple on his nose. Oh, he's dying of cancer.
Yeah.
4 guys defending the ambassador's life were killed. Oh, well, that kind of stuff happens. Yeah, it's
Right.
It's infuriating me, and quite frankly, I don't know if I can have her as my president.
Well, I'm trying to find this video that a guy had posted, and I shared it.
Is it the one where she quivers?
No, it's
wobbles?
a black gentleman who's speaking on her, and
And her health issues.
yeah, and I can't find it. I shared it last night, but I passed it like 3 times already this morning, and now
then
that I'm
now
wanting
when
to
you're-
look for it, I
Yeah.
can't find it.
Isn't that the way it usually goes?
That's typically how it goes.
Yes.
Anybody else got anything while I'm looking for this?
I was talking to Jack about helping me out tonight.
How about this? The weekend of Bernie's. They keep calling it the weekend of Hillary's.
Oh
And
my
it shows,
God, that's hilarious.
It shows the Hillary's face. This picture's getting shared everywhere.
That is great.
Is
that's
that not
awesome.
hilarious? I've been watching that
Oh
since
my God.
yesterday.
Now,
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, going along with that,
Kristen.
how is it that one? I mean, and look, I've been dehydrated. I've been to where I couldn't walk and cramping up and almost passing out. And they hit me with IV bags, which is about the best thing they can
Yeah.
possibly do, right?
Yeah.
How is it that this chick 2 hours later is walking around waving at people?
And
Yeah,
smiling
something's
like
up.
How
nothing's
did
wrong.
that happen? Because when I just dehydrated and fell out, and
Well, my wife had to go to the hospital one time because of being dehydrated, and she didn't just bounce back that
No, man,
fast.
how do you bounce back, man? What is this chick on?
Yeah, and they said that she has pneumonia and that it was she passed out because she had pneumonia.
Okay. Like I said, like I was telling Karina over here, our German representative that does the right thing by being quiet during the show.
I was gonna say you forget she's even here.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Deutschland über alles.
Schnauze.
Oh, here we go. I'm
okay.
not gonna play it right now, but go ahead.
Well, the point I'm trying to make here is that it's ridiculous to think.
The name of the movie was Back to School, Jeff said.
Okay, yeah, Back to School. It's ridiculous to think that when this woman gets in office, it's going to be any easier. She's just doing what she wants to do. When you become the president, every minute of your life is dictated for 4 solid years.
Yeah, but how can you run for president when obviously you're sick?
Obviously.
You know.
And in the article that where they were talking to Trump about what happened yesterday and his medical records, he says it is a very tough schedule. You go from one city, you go to Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Florida, you know, all over.
Mm-hmm.
It's grueling work. There's no question about it, because he's
what's grueling
concerned.
about it?
So, hey, one of our listeners says she got that guy off for rape apparently, but couldn't get Bill off of Monica.
That's what she said.
That's a good one, listener.
That was good. That was good.
So
seriously, that's a good one, listener.
That was a good one.
Seriously,
that
was a good one.
All right, you want to play what? I want to play what this guy said.
Let's play what this guy says. What's it about?
Hey, what's up, America? Kevin Jackson here. Hillary Clinton just called half of the Trump supporters deplorable. She put you in the.
That's me.
What happened?
I'm in the basket of deplorability.
I swear to God, I could just choke you sometimes.
No, I thought you
you're
turned
seeing
it
the
off.
same thing we're seeing.
I wasn't looking at it. It just.
Hey, what's up, America? Kevin Jackson here. Hillary Clinton just called half of the Trump supporters deplorable. She put you in the.
It just keeps freezing. It's just too many people signed on probably to the Wi-Fi
so
here.
Cold.
Any other time, you know what I mean?
Can you skip forward a little bit?
That's what I'm going to his page now, and hopefully I can play it from his page. I'm gonna probably play it from my iPad.
Now, while you're looking for that, since tonight, I kind of gave variable speed and Captain Pepper.
Why?
Well, I gave it off because a friend of ours, a former co-host, had actually said he was going to be available.
Who was that?
That would be Tyler.
Oh, Tyler.
So Tyler, if you're listening,
who was gonna come help?
Who has avoided my text messages all weekend, and then late last night tells me, "Oh, I can't make it because my car doesn't work." Then suddenly I found out the little dirt bag is coming over here to pick up our German friend to go to lunch. And then on top of that, I threw him a Scottie curveball, and I text him. He didn't answer. I asked Karina to do it, and he answered Karina.
That's because I'm special to him.
You're special ed.
You see.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Ask him if he can bring our shirt back while he's at it too.
And
all right, hey, let's see if this video plays.
Here, coming here, right?
Yes.
Okay, hey, let's try this real quick.
Hey, what's up, America? Kevin Jackson here. Hillary Clinton just called half of the Trump supporters deplorable. She put you in the basket of deplorables. She left a little wiggle room so she could say, well, I wasn't talking about you, Kevin Jackson. Oh, really, Hillary? I'm not the racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic, misogynistic, whatever. I'm not one. Well, I appreciate that coming from a real racist. See, Democrats do exactly what they tell you, exactly who they are. Hillary Clinton just described every Democrat that I know. They are classist, sexist, and oh, by the way, they're classless pigs. They talk to people like me as if I'm too stupid to think for myself, and they should help me. Yeah, Kevin, you're a silly little Negro. I need to help you figure out which way to vote. I said no Democrat to any white person. You know, look, Bill Clinton came out and said the slogan, "Make America Great Again," was racist. He actually had the nerve to say that Donald Trump was trying to appeal to the southern white racists. You know, this is what that means in Southerners, man. Make America great again. Well, Bill Clinton, just in case you didn't realize, it means make America great again. And the irony of a Southern racist actually saying that to a guy who's from New York didn't go unnoticed on me. They tell you who they are. The Clintons are racist. They drop more N-word bombs than anybody you know. They drop more than rappers. They curse like sailors, and the only thing they care about are themselves. You know what they've done? They've gone one caper too far trying to get Hillary the presidency. They've stolen and stolen. They've robbed, cheated, even murdered, and they've tried for that one last score, as the movie talks about, and it's caught them. Hillary Clinton is not going to be president.
And that right there was from a black gentleman. So it's not like we're trying to set you up to hear anything that didn't just come out of his mouth, man. And then this dude's dead on it too. I mean, he's calling how he sees it, which he has that right to.
Have you ever seen, Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton both knocked the slogan, Make America Great. Have you ever seen the video, the montage of Bill Clinton? He must have said it 30 times during his election, during his, when he was running his what the hell?
But it's his presidential election
thing. Yeah.
But it's okay for them to do it.
Well,
it's okay. They can do whatever they want. And, the rest of us, God forbid we have our own thoughts on it.
It's just crazy that they'll sit there and knock some. I think they've said so many things. God makes a good point. They pulled so many capers, so many little stunts, that now they're just doing it out in the open. The corruption is so obvious at this point that they just don't care, because all they're doing, it's kind of like the kamikaze, The kamikaze just put it all out there, and they only put enough fuel in that plane to get to the boat. You didn't even have enough fuel to come home, and that's kind of what it sounds like now. Isn't anybody, you know what? I'll be honest with you. If, let's say, Kardashian, if she would have fainted like that, do you realize it would be on every major news outlet? Millions of stories, speculation, all that other stuff. The woman who wants to be the most powerful person in the world does it, and there's really not a whole lot to it. Oh, she had pneumonia, and then they immediately show a video of her waving and saying, "I'm fine."
She either has a twinsy or she's on some kind of dope.
Well,
what the hell is going on here?
My mom was in the hospital with pneumonia, and let me say, she did not bounce back up like that.
I'd like to see her bounce from about the 4th floor of a hotel. See if she bounces.
God.
What? I'm joking. Maybe.
Oh my God.
This woman will ruin us if she makes it to presidency.
I am so.
Here's what I want to make a statement of. Let me ask your opinion. How do you think other countries are going to want to or feel to deal with us as her being us? Is one of the African kings going to want to deal with her knowing who she really is? I mean, is one of the Saudi guys really going to want to deal with her? Is Putin going to want to deal on her? Who's going to really want to deal with this woman?
Yeah.
Other crooked politicians.
Well, you know what the Democrats are going to say? Who really wants to deal with Trump? But I think Trump can deal with anybody.
But I think Trump
he has enough sense to actually deal.
Well,
exactly. He's a businessman.
I think what Trump will do is go, okay, you don't want to deal with us? All right, well, pack your crap and get the hell out of my
Somebody
country.
posted this, says, "Hey, Hillary, you ever heard of karma? It's when you have a seizure, pass out, and lose your shoe all in public on the anniversary of Benghazi."
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's beautiful.
So did Benghazi happen on September 11th too?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know they were the same day.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, it just didn't even occur to me yesterday.
Yeah, you had said that Friday because I didn't even.
Wow, it didn't even occur to me.
Yeah, a lot of people don't associate it, but they say that was the reason for the rioting.
Was for 9/11.
For 9/11.
Wow, I didn't even put that together. I'm sorry. I feel pathetic, y'all, because I did not put that together.
A lot of people don't. But hey, let me ask you a question. Did anything happen? Were there any
everybody said there was a 50% chance. I hadn't even heard of the first anything other than the idiots on the football field.
Yeah, I mean,
and then it raises the question, did they highly publicize the idiots on the football field to cloak and dagger and hide something else? Because we haven't heard anything.
I haven't. Yeah, I figured for sure some knucklehead domestic terrorist would try something.
Yeah, you would think.
Well, I'm glad they didn't. Maybe the FBI is
Yeah,
all
me
over it.
too.
I'm never impressed with the FBI or the TSA or the Department of Homeland Security.
Man, you just named a few people there.
Well, working at my college stuff I'm working on, I'm learning a lot
That's a
more
great
about
picture
the
too.
FBI. I'm learning more about TSA, and I'm learning more about
Comment
FA.
on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and Knucklehead.
Tell everybody what the picture is.
It's a picture of three very, very important in the news, folks. It says apparently there's an official uniform to wear when attempting to take over the world. On the far left, we have Kim Il Jong, which is Yoboseo con Chaniayo. Yes, that was a nuclear missile. In the middle, we have 9. When I grew up in Luxembourg, I was ritualistically circumcised by a nun. And then on the full right, and I have no idea what we're looking at here. On the full right, we have, Hillary. I like the way she
and they're all dressed in gray, and you got Dr. Evil being the comic of the all, and they're all three matching.
pretty much
even
the
down
same.
to
Same designer.
Almost the same designer, and so you have Dr. Evil, and all three match.
the only difference is the what's his name? The Korean or
Kim Il
whatever,
Jong.
what he said
Kim Il Jong.
has
Kim Il Jong. He's trying to look like his dad, Kim Il Jong.
he has lapels.
Tommy Lee Jones?
He's got lapels.
Collards.
Collards.
Yep, he's got them collards there.
Homie
on
likes
that.
collards.
What else do we got going on today? We got any funnies, man? We're being pretty stupid here. How about we went to the Chinese restaurant on Friday? And
Oh my gosh.
was that not a trip or what?
Oh, yeah.
Mike insulting the
yeah.
the officers that walked in.
Yeah, well.
Oh, and tell Mike, military Mike, he looks pretty hot today.
Thank
And
you.
tell Stephanie I'm mad with Ashley taking the pictures with another man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
As far as the officers go, you really
Who's
don't
mad
have
at
to.
Ashley?
No, they're not mad at Ashley. They're mad at me for allowing Ashley to have her picture made with
Other men, excuse me.
Yeah, because there was multiple men.
Hey,
Way.
hey, only you at your family reunion can pull that off. God,
No.
you sick.
Can't just pimp around like that.
Sick.
No, it was
Perv.
not like that.
So
At all, because I was there.
the part that I'm talking about, the important part was if you are an officer and like these gentlemen, and you have to wear a tactical type vest, body armor tag, you don't have to wear it when you go in for Chinese food.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Funny, I thought it was a little freaking pressed ham.
Well,
How ridiculous.
again, that's what I was trying to tell you who they were.
Yeah.
I even walked outside and saw the car to double check that's who it was.
Yeah.
And those are the same cats that are just on a little bit of a power trip. Y'all know I've had my issue with these cats before, so
Yeah, that's just, you don't have to wear your.
I had
body
to
armor.
file something with the state against them.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't have to wear your body armor when you go in for lunch, and you could tell they were uncomfortable as hell.
Well, you never
Yeah, because
know
they
if
kept pulling it down.
yeah, but you never know if someone like, let's say Mike, takes a fork and attacks him.
Well, they still had their duty belts.
You know,
They still had guns and handcuffs and
they
pepper
were
spray.
just being on the safe
No,
side.
they weren't. They were. You know what they were being? They were
Showing
being
off.
jerkwads. Yeah, they were showing off.
Ah.
That's the easiest way to say it. So yeah, if I was picking on them, get over it. Like I used to tell people all the time, I've shot weapon systems that you could only dream of, buddy. And then of course, me and the owner, we were kind of having a little fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, her name's Kelly, and we spoke afterwards after all you guys left. She said you guys were kind of obnoxious, and she really didn't want you guys to come back, but she asked if I would.
Oh, of course.
Just wanting to.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just want to point that out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I
So, the food, of course, was good. Now, look, I'm not gonna lie to you, Scotty. After a couple hours after we ate, I wasn't feeling too hot, but
I got hold on one second. Maybe they were wearing the vest because they didn't have a bullet in the chamber. All right. So what were you saying? You tried to what about eating? My phone is just lighting up.
I didn't feel so hot about an hour or two after we ate.
That's
Remember
the same
we-
with me and Ashley.
Yeah, we went over and saw our friends at American Family, right? American Family
Yes.
Insurance.
And it was
James
nice
and
meeting
everybody.
them.
Yeah, I mean,
They
just
were
the
really,
most
really
great chick.
nice.
Yeah, James actually called me yesterday checking on me, which was really cool. I guess Scotty and him had been talking earlier.
Nope.
So
Hey, I sent you messages asking how you are, so don't even start.
I don't care how he is. This piece of crap of a human being knows I'm laid up in the hospital, and he's going, "You deserve it. It's karma."
he does deserve
I'm
it.
laying in the hospital in agony, and this piece of
Look.
crap friend of mine, wait,
I'm not your friend.
piece of crap co-host, because you are not my friend.
Hey, look,
I'm laid up in the hospital. He's typing. You ever heard of karma?
yeah.
Was he? He's not your friend.
That's right. He's not.
Okay, I
he's a
mean,
co-host.
y'all know what I went through last week, right? And y'all know what I got to go through again at the end of the month, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going through all these things. Come to find out that the colonoscopy is for something different other than the prostate issue. I had to take blood. It took a bunch of blood, and I got to go back in a week or so to get the results and the X-rays from that. Then, of course, I have another. Well, I have a colonoscopy. I'm just going to go with that. I have a colonoscopy for the 30th as well. So there is a tremendous amount of work going on in, let's just say, the Netherlands. A lot of pain, a lot of violation, a lot of crying.
Can you get to your point?
Yeah, I was in all this pain. And was there any sympathy from DJ Scottie?
Okay,
No. The word is no. That's how you say no.
Here's
no,
the situation.
No.
A week
No.
before.
How you say no in German?
Nice.
A week before, he had to legally, legitimately, with reason, go to get his checked. We had put on a little joke because he swings into this girl's office to say hello. And who knew that's really what the office was? And I made the joke about taking him to the proctologist. Made a huge joke out of it. And damn if that's not what the place really was. And I had no idea. So then when he says he has to go get one, we poked at it a little bit. Kind of like they poked at it a little bit. But the problem is he just went for some tests. He didn't go to the hospital. I was in the friggin' hospital, Mike. In severe pain, in the hospital.
Did you see the little black and white boo-boo pictures he posted? and that luxurious that beautiful wife of his was so concerned. And I'm sitting there going, a homie ate Chinese food and rode on his motorcycle. He's probably leaning forward.
No, it had nothing to do with
trying to get
that.
a yah-yah off the vibration of his Harley.
No.
And he probably went one hung too low to the left or one
No,
hung too low
has nothing to do
the
with
right.
that. But let me make this statement. So I have Kaiser Insurance. Let me just say this. Kaiser's, they have 2 24-hour hospitals here in Georgia. Let me just say it's almost like going to a hotel. Think of the Marriott Marquis versus the Motel 6. Are you paying attention, Mike?
The Marquis versus the Motel 6.
Their
like
hospital
Motel 6.
is that much better than Rockdale.
Oh, God.
Like, I felt like I was in a Hollywood, for the stars rehab center. It was so friggin' nice.
And where
was this?
At?
This one's in Morrow and one's in Kennesaw. And it's the Kaiser Permanente 24-hour hospital, and it is nice. It is clean. I didn't hear the first weirdo, crazy, screaming, pissed off drug addict patient like I have at Rockdale, where people are out there screaming, "I've been here for 4 hours and you ain't seen me." This place was beautiful compared to the local hospital.
Is it really like that?
It was beautiful.
No, I mean people.
Oh yeah, you want to see a messed up ER? Go to either Newton County or Grady. If you go to DeKalb,
we're polite. If we have to wait an hour and two, we walk up to the counter and ask real nicely.
The last time I had to go into Newton, I didn't have to go for me. I had to go see somebody, and I was watching people standing, eating, and acting stupid. Just ghetto white trash.
First of the month, whatever that first weekend is, that Friday or Saturday night around 11 o'clock, go down to the Newton County Hospital. They call it something else now. And
That's Mike
outside.
Myers. He said, also, your black ghetto girl voice is horrible.
He should know. What you gonna go sit outside their emergency room? Don't go inside. Just sit outside, and you will be amazed.
Look, when my dad got in a car, my dad was on his Beamer, and a dude pulled out in front of him, hit my dad on his motorcycle. You know, he was, lifeline to Grady. So I have to go sit in Grady's waiting area, and I walked outside to where the ambulances pull up, because that's where you walk, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so you walk right out the door where the ambulances are pulling up, and also there's this one little island where the smokers stand, and security walks up and says, "Sir, you can't stand here." And I said, "I'm not sitting in there with all those disgusting human beings." There were drug addicts with drool coming out of their mouths. And coughing and hacking sick people.
I didn't feel good.
And I'm like, I'm not sitting next to these people. These people are the ones are either going through detox or the other ones are sick. I'm like, I'm not going to sit next to them. He says, well, you can't stand here.
You didn't have any trouble driving me up there.
I said, where can I stand? He said, you can stand over next to them people. I said, them people, that's the smoking area. I don't want to stand next to the people smoking. He says, your only options is either sit inside or you got to go stand in the smoking section. I went, no, sir, I'll stand right here until the police escort me off of here, because that is insane. My father's in there. We don't know if he's going to make it. Allow me just to stand where I need to stand for a minute.
That would never happen back home.
Oh, man.
If
Inside of Grady's waiting
out,
room was disgusting.
Yes, we have smoking areas, but if you want to walk outside and just walk up and down in pace, that's okay. They will not bother you.
Yeah, they want you to go stand on another side of the building, the mug section.
They won't.
You either stand where your lungs are going to burn, or you got to go over here where the gun's going to burn. And if you're going to get shot, at least you're at the hospital, right? The transit will be a whole lot easier. How quick do you get here? I was right outside.
You know what?
Two steps, and I'm here.
Well, what they try to do, like when I worked for West Georgia.
Hold on, Mike is just trying to book a colonoscopy so he can get his G-spot hit.
Oh, that's a mean one.
Wow.
So,
I got. Was the hospital really that beautiful, or was that just the drugs you were on?
Yeah.
No, truthfully, I swear to you, that hospital was clean, man. It was friggin' awesome. Like, I went into this nice big room with a big glass sliding wall. I could go in and out and go to the bathroom real easy. I mean, it was super nice. How about this? The friggin' air conditioning was on. The last time that I was at Rockdale, the air wasn't on. I was cooking in there. Like, literally, that's when I had food poisoning. And Philip Snow had to stand there with a friggin' file. The doctor left a file sitting there, and he had to fan me to keep me from puking because it was so friggin' hot in there. Broke bastards.
Philip Snow is like, I don't know, just like the most sensitive teddy bear guy you'll ever meet. He's almost like Buddha.
I just got for somebody, people go to Grady just to get sick. They go in there, you know what it is? You're homeless. You go in there and get sick so you can stay a couple of days and get 3 hots on a cot.
Was that seafood, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Do we got anything else, Mike? Any humor? We need some humor today. It's 9:38. We need to laugh.
Every time
Besides
I try.
it, you.
Every time I try,
he's too busy eating.
I thought we said no more picking. Stephanie's picking her herpy bump, and he's still picking on that cake. I thought we agreed no picking. Just because I said picking don't mean you rubbed it. Stephanie, quit touching that bump and then touching other stuff in the studio, man.
I'm not touching stuff in the studio that don't belong to me.
The desk doesn't belong to you. The chair doesn't belong to you. The microphone doesn't belong to you.
And it's not herpes. Jeez.
It is herpes.
If it's something that keeps popping up on your lip, it's herpes.
We all have it. You just are exposing us to it.
God, what a weirdo. And you chose to stay with her.
And you know what? It's okay.
You must not. You have low expectations.
She's German.
No, bite me. No.
She's German.
Do y'all live in huts over there or something?
In what?
All the buildings are concrete. The houses are concrete. I thought it was so that they couldn't blow them down, the big bad wolf.
We got 3 little pigs over there or something?
Dry stinking.
Can we hurry up and get to this humor? Because she looks like she's about to kill you.
Was?
Schweine, nicht Schinken.
Schweinen. 3 little pigs.
Schweine, yeah.
You don't know.
Well, you.
Hey,
Sure.
Mike Myers, we talked about that last week. The idiot who taunted you guys and it said nobody could come get me. And they went and busted the guy. He was at home.
Now,
Hey, what happened to the phone calls this morning? No phone calls?
Yeah,
Oh,
no
I got to
phone
turn the phone on. Sorry.
That'll happen.
Why didn't
Ah!
the battery had died over the weekend and I hadn't turned it on. But nobody's text us to say, hey, the phone's not on.
So I'm reading.
So that
right
means
here.
nobody's tried to call, or they would have texted to say the phone's turned off.
I'm reading from a listener. It says Snow tries to act like a badass, but he can't be one. Laughing out loud. Yeah, he does. He comes across all serious and hard ass, but I can see him holding your hand and fanning you with a manila folder, going, dude, it's gonna be okay.
That is awesome.
It's gonna be
That
okay.
is so awesome.
Dude, it's gonna be okay. Somebody walks by, he drops the folder, and he acts like he's arm wrestling. What? And then they walk back by, and he shakes it, he holds your hand and waves it again. I can see that, man.
That is awesome.
And he would, you know what? Oh, see how fast
That's the phone turning off.
He would be looking left to right.
Left to right.
Left to right. And everybody would say, "Oh, that dude is so concerned with his bud." But the rest of us know he's just looking to make sure nobody's checking him out while he's being a girl.
You know what that tells me? Never take Mike to the hospital with you because he doesn't care. Oh, that's right. He doesn't care because he sends a bunch of hate stuff while you're in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm not a good hospital friend.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I see that.
No, I'm not. I told my wife to hurry up on the last kid. I was like, now the second one, I was watching the military channel while he was being born. I was sitting there. Doc's like, "You gonna help?" And I'm like, "Hey, age 64 is on the military channel." So that's just how I'm not. Yeah, I rather cause casualties.
Yeah, well, I see that. I know if you ever have to go to the hospital, don't act like you're in pain. He's gonna make fun of you.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Just
No,
quit. Just
no,
quit.
no,
Don't even like Stephanie's holding her
no.
gut like something's wrong. Don't, because Mike's gonna make fun of you for it. I mean, we're gonna pick on just anything funny on the show, but Mike seriously will pick on your injury.
I told you to sit on a bag of frozen peas, and if you die, I'll take care of Crystal. God, what do you want?
The sympathy is oozing from him.
I don't get it. Drink the Kool-Aid and get it over with. God.
I'm trying.
What? Not you.
Yeah. But go right ahead anyways.
Damn redneck.
All right, let's go to commercial, you guys. We'll be right back.
Make it funny.
Here comes my cousin, Michael Almond.
Yeah, I hate hospitals too.
You should.
I do. Hospitals?
I'm telling you, I hate hospitals. I will go back to this.
Oh, I bet. Just because it's nice, right? He's just sick because he wants to go back there.
Yeah.
I look to the left. They set you in this nice little chair. It has a little round thing that spins out, to play with your computer and stuff. Nice.
This is making me burp,
And
which
then
is
when I went
helping.
inside, when I actually made it to my room, I'm just like, this shit.
There's more room.
Tyler's
Did you
here.
get the bill?
There's more room.
I don't know that I would because it's $100 at the front.
That's my bride.
Kaiser, we had to go.
That Tyler?
Kaiser, Travis had to go. Probably that same, because he had to go. Probably that same facility that he's talking about in the hospital. The EpiPen. Right. Them suckers with our insurance. And they weren't used, so we still.
Where did you go?
EpiPen.
Where'd you have to go?
Travis had to go
That's where I went. This is their 24-hour clinic, so it's still considered a clinic. What are we doing?
standing there with the door open.
Maybe in Germany.
They had a Did they have a pharmacy there?
What did you say, Steph? I can't hear you.
They have a pharmacy there.
They had everything there. Pretty sure it probably is.
Oh, let's go back live so I can thoroughly thrash it.
Uh-oh, he's getting close.
Would you walk here from over here? I might borrow my grandmother's. Can't borrow your grandmother's tonight? You gotta bring her back. No, I can't. I want her to get the fuck out of here. And not answer my email. You forgot I was gonna be here this morning. I knew you were gonna be here. Well, how come you don't answer my text message? I have her text you and you answer hers.
It's called playing favorites.
Shoot, it's called freaking selective avoidance. That's all right. I got another cover.
One that matters.
One that keeps one in the chamber. I didn't realize that you texted. Oh, fuck that.
Hey! No cussing like that. The big microphone's on.
If you got to tell me it's not my fault. He's been
Have you seen him? He's a professional. Are you leaving us?
I'm going outside and waiting on you.
You can wait in here.
No, I need to heat
Oh. She'll go out and have a cigarette.
Yeah, they're
All right, we got to come back.
They're leaving in the car that doesn't work.
No, that one does.
Ooh, the other mic's on.
I already told you that.
That's crazy.
I told you that. Told you that.
Told you that. Whatever.
Traitor.
Loser.
How am I a traitor?
I don't know. I just felt like saying it because
All right.
he's jealous.
I'm not jealous.
He's
He was
mad.
supposed to come co-host
And I
with me
know
tonight.
I know I was, but
He has obligations. He lives in the
No,
real world
no.
now, Mike.
that's not. I literally am gonna sit home.
Dude, I was just trying to help you out.
Whatever. You know one thing about an old dog?
Yeah, but his car's broke down. You should know. You just got rid of one of those kind of cars.
It runs fully. It runs fine.
Dude, I'm trying to help you and you keep making this worse.
My headlights are out,
Okay, so there you go. See, Mike, he had a car. You had a car like that too.
and I tried to fix them last night, and I fucked it up. Sorry, and I messed it up even more.
How do you mess up headlights, dude? You unplug them and you
It's an old car, and I tried to. It was hard to get the wire out of the. I don't even know what I'm talking about. So bear with
likely
me.
story.
I can go take a picture of it for you. Send it to you.
No
Nope.
pictures, no selfies.
I don't think I'll get that text message.
All right, we're going back live. Hey, everybody, we're back. Military Mike's over here having a little bit of a hard time. He's feeling rejection, and it's not a good taste.
I wouldn't say it's rejection. One, disappointment. Two, I don't know, kind of a certain amount of abandonment, I guess would be the best word I can think of.
Wouldn't abandonment and rejection
He was supposed to
kind of fall under the same?
Can I tell my side of the
I
story?
do.
No, nobody
Okay.
cares about your side of the
Alright.
story.
No, I'm
'cause
willing
it's
to hear.
all-
I
no,
want to hear your side of the story.
I'd
son.
rather hear Clinton.
I want to hear your side of the
Are
story.
you sure about that?
I'd rather hear Clinton's side of the story.
No,
than your
I
side of the
want to
story.
hear Tyler's side of the story.
Okay.
All right.
My character's beep, 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 beep.
So yesterday morning, I tried to drive over to my grandmother's house around, we'll say 6 something
Am I muted?
Because you wouldn't shut up.
in the morning. I said yesterday morning, I tried to drive to my grandmother's house around 6.
Am I still muted?
But you won't shut up while he tries to tell
You
his
can-
side
I
of
wanna do
it.
Some fact checks.
You need to let him finish his story, young girl.
Anyway, and I tried to turn my lights on, and it come to find out that there had already been one that wasn't working, and I procrastinated and was like, oh, I'll do it later, and the other one died, so now both of them are dead, and I drove it to work. I had to wait till the sun came up, and I went to my grandmother's, went to work, and then I had my boyfriend come pick me up from work. because I could not drive during the nighttime because my headlights didn't friggin' work.
Exactly.
I tried to change them before I left so I didn't have this problem. And the wiring is so old in my car because it's a 20-year-old car that it broke off. So I've got to get the wiring fixed on top of the headlight.
See, Mike, reasonable story to me. Reasonable explanation.
Now you may fact check, you flatfoot.
Now, what are you driving now?
The Camaro, my grandmother's Camaro, yes.
Does the Camaro's headlights work at night?
Yes, they do.
I rest my case, counsel.
But that doesn't mean she's going to loan him the Camaro
Oh
tonight.
my God, she's 1,000 years
wanna-
old. Where's she going at night?
She's actually not 1,000-year-old. She's
Wait a minute.
probably
She
only-
can't be that old. You tried to hook up with her.
She's
Anyway,
got a Camaro, dude.
I mean, come on, Mike. You tried to hook up with her.
and a husband, which I found out they
But Mike
that's
doesn't
fully paid
care.
for. That's fully paid for with cash.
Yeah, see, Mike doesn't
Okay, well,
mind that
that's
she's
great.
married.
So it runs at night.
He dates girls that have other
can-
people. He
You
don't care.
can- You can drive all the way down here to pick up
The only
Heil
re-
Hitler,
okay.
and then you can go all the way back
Pick up
just
Heil
to
Hitler.
eat lunch with each other. Then you're going to bring her all the way back, but you can't stay to do a commitment that you told me Friday for sure you'd be here.
all right.
Then you
allow me-
avoided my text messages all weekend.
Because he was probably feeling a little embarrassed, Mike.
Yeah, but you don't avoid text messages. That's rude, especially when I was confirming his commitment. Then late last night, he
because I
texts
was
me,
working and I got off of work.
blah blah blah. Like
11.
you don't text at work.
I don't.
Whatever.
I make money at work.
Yeah. $3.98 technically is money, but not enough
It's
to keep you
actually
from texting.
$2.13 an
Whatever.
hour.
$2
plus tips.
$2.13. Yeah.
I
so
work for tips.
$4. So then this morning, I'm like texting, like, dude, you're killing me here. Because I'd already given variable speed the night off. So because they don't have drive up from Griffin that way. So now I'm without a co-host. So I'm like, dude, you're killing me. Then I come in the show and Karina says, oh, I'm going to lunch. I'm going to lunch with Rainbow Boy. And so I'm like, oh, really? And so then I text you and you don't answer. So I ask Karina to text you and you answer right away.
Real quick.
No,
Can I
No.
rebuttal?
no. This is,
Because
I'm
you texted
testifying.
me. No, because you texted me I received the text at 8:59 a.m. I left the place where I was coming to get her at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Actually, before that, it was like
Oh,
8:55.
oh, so what you're getting at here
I
is you're going to
texted-
say you don't text when you
I
drive?
texted Karina at. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Dee, 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 dee. Come up
All
with
I hear is a
lie.
bunch of whining right now.
Dee,
I
dee,
texted
dee.
Karina at
Come up with a lie. Dee, dee, dee. How, wow.
8:56 saying that I'm on my way.
Okay.
You texted me at
You
9
are
o'clock
one
asking me.
pathetic
if
loser.
I'm
I didn't
coming to
text you at
get-
9 o'clock.
Yes, you did.
Okay. What?
Okay,
look
so
back up.
now that we've wasted like 7 minutes in this stupidity, Mike, get over it.
Highway Jack will be joining me this
Get
evening.
over it, Mikey.
On the world according to Mike, minus never to be invited again, Rainbow Boy.
Well, too bad. 'Cause
Ah.
I'm gonna crash it next week.
No, you won't. Your car still won't work.
No, the car will probably crash next week.
Yeah,
That's
the
what he
car will
meant.
probably crash, and then I'll make jokes about you being in the hospital. Karma sucks.
That's fine.
Karma sucks.
Now, what if that happens? Would you feel any sort of bad for saying what you just said?
Well, I mean, you've known me for a couple of years. Do you think I would?
No,
I don't.
I just thought I'd ask
Yeah, it's
for our new listeners.
well. I mean, I'm a big believer in everything that happens is God's will. So,
Right.
If you've done something wrong, which obviously you
I
have
have
this
not.
weekend
Actually,
by abandoning me when I needed you the most. So from that point, if something bad happens, maybe it's Buddha. I don't know. Who do you believe in? Do you
Well-
believe in God?
well, at least my
You believe in God?
Round 2. What else do we have to
Muhammad,
go into?
Allah,
we're not allowed to talk about.
We're not
that.
allowed to talk about
Yes.
Muhammad Ali today. So,
We can't talk about Muhammad Ali.
The
Shut
great
up, Mike.
boxer.
so what else do we got to go on? Stephanie just abandons the effing show.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
I thought she was just
Are
leaning
they out
down.
girl talking?
I
or
have
something?
no idea. She does this all the time.
How
like,
could they be?
like she just gets up and walks off one day and goes to the bathroom. It doesn't even say I'm going to the bathroom. She just
He
walks
said-
off. We're all standing here
All right.
going, what
He
the hell
said-
just happened?
He said they're out doing girl talk. I said, how could they? You're not out there. Shut up. So what are y'all doing today? Shopping, lunch?
I'm resting my testicles.
I'm coming to get Karina because my grandmother wanted to have lunch.
Can we not go back into the Karina story? Because Mike is jealous.
Yeah, I'm going to go work on a college paper, a reference list.
I want to ride my motorcycle. I
spoke-
want to play that song by Queen. I want to ride my
If
bicycle.
you spoke German, maybe I'd hang out with you.
Ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch.
Can we quit getting into it? Mike is jealous enough, Tyler.
Oh, screw it. I'm over it.
Do you see his little man
I think
feelings
it's-
are hurt?
it's
I
fine.
have been abandoned.
Hey, how come you haven't asked him to go to lunch with y'all?
Because you used to go to lunch all the time after the show anyway.
He doesn't anymore. We went to lunch for the first time in 5 months the
Really?
other day.
You know that's why I gained all that weight, right?
Why are you
It's
still
part-
gaining weight?
It's part of that. I'm not gaining weight. Still.
Yeah,
It's not from us. We hadn't been to lunch. Yesterday was the first time we went to
But
lunch
I'm
in
saying
5 months.
When I used to be here, we'd go to that buffet.
That's where we went.
And
Yep.
I'd eat my weight in God knows what.
Yeah.
He stopped his diet a couple weeks ago, and he's finally starting to show the effects.
Anyways. So yeah, we went to lunch for the first time
Fatty.
because we've all been so busy.
Yeah, pretty much. Fatty. Wow. Your glasses don't even fit. You're so fat.
Mike,
What?
can we get that? Like, so what are you writing a paper on today?
No, it's really a strange thing. When APA, you have to do a proper format for references whenever you're utilizing in-text references.
Steph is in the bathroom. Are you kidding me?
Steph,
my
are you in
God.
the pooper?
Oh my God. Really?
Are you-
Save it for after the show?
Oh man.
You didn't just peel.
Put your shirt
You
back
didn't
on.
peel.
Oh, my
you didn't peel the
God.
wallpaper off upstairs,
Put
did
your
you?
shirt back on.
There's some on your knee right there. Ew. How could you do that, right?
I had to make
How's
a
that
phone call.
possible?
I just got a text message that says, "Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm very needy and verbally abusive.
Hi, I'm a listener and I'm at work not doing my job.
You should go ride your bike with some frozen peas on your nuts."
Yeah, see, told you. Everybody knows. Everybody knows the frozen pea trick.
Morning, Jacob.
Oh, is Abby here or something? Because she said no, they are here.
I don't know
Talking
what
about-
you're talking
They're
about.
talking about
That?
Scotty's testicles. They made them
named
detachable.
them. Abby?
Oh,
I have no idea. Look, you have no. What are you even talking about?
Scotty's testicles are detachable.
Don't hand it to me like I know what y'all are talking about. You've been the one reading
Scotty,
them.
you could get
I-
those silicone ones.
Jacob
No,
said,
I don't want any.
Jacob said
At
that
all?
If
Steph
they
and
have to
Karina
take
let-
them, they're taking them. I don't want them back.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to bring
So
them
you're just
down
gonna-
in a jar.
It's gonna look like a sad sock.
It doesn't matter. I ain't got to worry about squishing them on the motorcycle anymore. I'm going to put them in a jar, and we're going to put them right down here in the center of the table in a formaldehyde jar so everybody can.
You know,
Crystal said she's going to put them in her pocket just so I can actually say, "Hey, can I borrow my balls to make a decision?"
He's got.
She actually said she
she's
was
got
going to
my
do that.
balls in your
in the
her
freezer.
purse. Yeah.
In the freezer. You don't want to decide. If we put them in a jar with
Mm.
formaldehyde, can we write stuff on the sides of them so we can shake it?
How
and
are
ask
you
them
going to
questions?
the magic
Like,
balls, the magic
let's
8
see.
balls?
Will I become successful in life?
Mm,
Scotty's left testicle. It's disgusting. God, y'all are weird.
But why would I want it? Why do I need a set of fake nutters?
Well, I
my
don't
brother
know.
kept his
For
his,
looks, I guess.
For what? I mean, who's looking at them?
Good point.
my brother kept his tonsils when he had his tonsils taken out, and they did look like balls in the
Well,
jar.
it was a redneck.
I just don't. I don't have a reason for them. I got Mike.
Well,
Don't be jealous. Yeah, I have no reason for them. What would be the reason for
I
them?
think we're over it now.
Yeah, I think it's 10 o'clock. Let's go. I have to try to find a co-host.
I thought you just said.
But you did.
I was lying.
Oh.
No, actually, Highway Jack's going to be here. With
So
me.
he is going to come in.
7 o'clock tonight. The world according to Mike without Tyler.
Without Tyler, please.
We're gonna
please,
solve world
change the
problems
graphic. Change the
without
graphic.
Tyler.
Please change the graphic. to without
All
Tyler.
that advertising I put out, where you could call and ask a queer a question.
Oh my God! Would you not say that, Mike?
What was that out loud?
That was out
I
loud.
mean, I know I'm queer. It's fine.
I was about to say,
And we're okay with that.
He
Yeah.
knows. I mean,
It's common knowledge, but it should be common
Should be.
knowledge by now.
You remember the first time when you said, "Do you think people know?" And I'm like, I don't think people care.
not
Well,
this crowd.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this,
You
and
never know what kind of demographic is listening. though.
listen.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you the honest truth.
Demographic.
I was pulled to the side at a very manly shop. I don't want to give out any names of the business. And I was told, "Do you know why we respect him over the other guy?"
Who?
I can't say who. The
No,
other guy,
Respect who?
you
Oh.
over the other guy.
You're calling Stephanie a dude again?
Oh.
Yes, thank you. They said he's at least honest about who he
Yeah.
really is.
Oh.
And he's not lying.
I think people.
So they actually
yeah.
respected you. All these hardcore guys that you would think hated homosexuals
All these
said they
Right.
100% respect you because you're honest in who you are.
That's what the common perception is of the type of person that would hate a homosexual. But honestly,
They don't.
You don't know who.
But that's
That's
what I
the-
was painting the image, though,
That's
is
the thing.
the
Is you never
people
know.
the people you would believe would hate you said, no, man, he's true to who he really is. And that's why we respect him. And I thought, man, that was amazing that these guys said that about you. Unlike Mike, who tries to hide his sexuality under sick humor and twisted flattery.
And
Damn
Hil-
right,
And
man.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
Hillary
he has
Clinton.
a man crush from hell on Scotty.
That's all right.
Who?
You.
Oh my God.
So is that why you were
Look
trying to
who's
be
talking.
abusive to me in the hospital because you really were concerned and worried about your brother
No.
Yeah.
that you never wanted?
No. It's not that I didn't want you. It's I never liked you. And that's different. And I got to be honest with you.
That
No,
you
I
didn't show
was-
one bit of concern that
I
I was in
was-
the hospital.
Yeah, I was being mean. I mean, I'm serious.
I know you were
yeah.
being mean.
I don't
You
want
showed
anybody to get
no
the mis-
concern.
I don't want anybody to get the misconception here. I wasn't joking.
Like this douchebag didn't send me a private message to say, I really hope you're okay.
No, in fact, I posted on Facebook, how's it hanging?
Yeah, he did the next day.
Yeah, he did. Not one
And-
time did he
and-
show any concern about my well-being.
Because there wasn't any. You
And
can't
how-
make this
yeah.
stuff up.
And how odd is it?
So
that-
I missed like what happened.
He doesn't know.
So listen, I'm gonna put it out there. So Tuesday evening,
Oh, you haven't said anything yet on air?
not today. I haven't.
Okay.
So Tuesday evening, I was feeling a little sick, and I didn't know why.
Yeah, because I remember that.
Well, then Wednesday, when you guys were here, I just was feeling nauseous, and I just didn't know why I was sick. Thursday rolls around, the same thing. I'm nauseous. I can't understand why I feel like crap. Friday morning,
You have pneumonia?
well then no. So Friday afternoon, I get home, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm like, damn, my fat ass is getting big, man, because these underwear are feeling so damn tight because I could feel like this restriction feeling
I get that feeling. all
and
the time.
around my thigh. So I'm like, okay. So I stood up, pulled my shorts down, took my underwear off, put my shorts back on. Well, within 5 minutes, I didn't feel sick anymore.
Mhm.
I'm like, holy cow, like that's like crazy. I don't feel nauseous anymore. So I thought, man, it must just be the underwear. So then I sit down and watching TV again. I go to set my remote control for my TV down, and it touched. I don't mean smacked. I mean just barely touched my left testicle, and I started screaming in pain.
Mhm.
So I then went to the bathroom, sat down, checked myself, and found that the left one was enlarged, and the veins that connect it to your body inside the sac were about as big as that pencil. And it was all crooked too, like a sack of worms, if you will.
They're supposed to look like that.
Right, yeah, but not hard like that and
No.
the size of a pencil.
No.
And then as I was rolling the left one around, I found a spot about the size of an orange seed. And the second I touched that, it felt like somebody hit me with a sledgehammer.
Ah.
And then I knew it was time to call the doctor.
Right.
So yeah, Mike, thanks for the sympathy.
Yeah.
As they tell me that it could be cancer, and then I start
told you
kind of
last
wigging
week-
out a little
I
bit.
told you last week about my PSA numbers.
But
No
you're fine-
sympathy.
you're
Yeah,
fine
yeah,
though,
but you
right?
didn't go to the hospital. And they're telling me, I said, listen, I've been sick since like Tuesday, Wednesday. I said, I've waited till Friday to now call you. I don't want you to make an appointment for me on Monday and then tell me I should have got in last week. I said, I feel like I've already waited too many days. I said, what do you think I need to do? And the lady was real calm and says, I believe you should be here right now.
Mhm.
And I went,
Kaiser?
what? Yeah. She says,
They're wonderful.
you need to come tonight.
They're great.
Yeah. So
Thrilled.
so then I had to call and try to make sure the babysitter watched the baby. And then I had to call my wife and explain to my wife what was going on. And I just said, I need you home ASAP. We got to go to the hospital. And yeah. And then when I got there, they put me in a wheelchair. They're like, you don't need to be walking. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, Mike, I was in the hospital, feared that I have testicular
Are you-
cancer.
Are you
And
good, though?
still,
Are you clear?
we don't know. We
Okay.
don't know. So I still have to worry about that percentage of having cancer. And Mike over here is just like, die, bitch. That's how he treats me.
I did not.
And I'm
say
hiding,
that.
I'm hiding all my concerns in comedy. That's why I was
Right.
trying to make jokes
Oh
of it and
my God,
everything
he
else.
Text.
Right.
He was like multiple texting. He was Facebooking. He was PMing. He was sending stuff to the group. He was freaking Google Hangout.
You're trying to keep my mind off of the fact
my
that,
God.
you know,
All
I may
right,
very well have
let's,
cancer.
That's right.
Mike is such a douchebag. Everybody, please call right now and give Mike a shut the front door, not just to shut up.
Real quick, if you're not going to Kaiser Permanente, I don't know what you're doing, because they are a.
Have you ever been to there?
My mom worked there.
Jude, when I walked in there, their place is like the Hollywood of the stars type of hotel. So much better than
they take
anything.
Good care of you.
Man,
They
it was
care
nice.
about you.
Yes, it was super clean. It was
Speak other
nice.
languages. They've got translators there waiting. You know,
I'm sold. I thought I didn't really care for him, but I am sold.
I've been trying to tell people. Kaiser
So I've got
is
somebody
the
saying,
best.
just say it was me, dumbass. Okay, Tubby's the one that said he is very proud of you for being honest.
Thank you, Tubby.
Oh, Tubby. Coming
Just
from
for
a guy
fun.
named Tubby.
It's a little weird.
The front door, Mike.
Ah, see, Mike.
Whatever.
Yeah, and there's one on.
He likes it when ladies verbally.
There's one
abuse
on
him, though.
YouTube.
That was a lady?
There's one on YouTube. Mike,
She's still listening.
shut the front door.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, bye.
All right,
Yeah,
That's
bye.
about it.
that is so funny.
Was that a woman?
That was
Couldn't tell. Maybe her testicles dropped.
So
Wait, the one that makes
there
it
you go.
slower.
So yes, I still have to have concern, you guys. I have to go to the hospital, or excuse me, I got to go to a specialist. Crystal's got to try to get a hold of them today.
Good God,
Um,
there's going to be a ton of
and
Facebook
see what's
and
happening.
videos of that.
Mike, so here's what I did. I decided to be honest, and even though I did feel
Testicular?
what would be my word, uncomfortable to discuss this. But do you know that some of the stuff that they said it could be is a varicose vein thing, but guys don't know about this. Like, do you know 15% of America, 15% of men in America suffer from this? Nobody talks about it. I mean, I looked at the doc and I said, if this is real, how come I've never heard of it? She said, because nobody wants to talk about it.
Not true.
So that's why I decided to out it a little bit. What do you mean nobody wants to talk about it? And you say that's not true.
No, I'm saying once you hit 50, things in the squishy area have to be checked like almost annually.
Okay, do you know that the 50-year-old is the least amount of people that suffer from this problem? Did you know that? Because you don't fact check. Do you know that they said that out of the 15%, most of them are people between the age of 14 and 20, that when they hit puberty, it happens?
So you just hit puberty?
I'm still trying.
I swear I want to hit him in the head with this bell.
I'm still trying to figure out why it is that at my daughter's housewarming party, the first thing that gets talked about from my mother-in-law to my husband is Scottie's man's
junk
parts.
Because it was a concern. I mean, you know,
Tentacles.
as many cancer things as we've done for people, you know, it's going to be horrible if that's something that falls on me. You know,
No, it wouldn't. We can get the bus and we can put a giant set of testicles up top, and you can
Like truck
sit in a
balls?
chair. Yeah.
you know, if you've not pissed off everybody today, you are about to.
Why? Because if we put a set of testicles on the bus, it's going to piss people off.
No, because you are just that insensitive.
It's not that I'm insensitive. It's just like dude. I mean, it's treatable. That's the way I was when I was
Cancer
talking about
survival.
prostate cancer. Everybody was like, "Dude, what are you worried about? It's it's treatable."
It's very your chances of moving on is very slim.
No, nobody's worried about dying. It's the fact that you're just having to go
Going
through it.
Yeah, it sucks, but
I just have trouble praying or being concerned about your junk.
God, please.
Well,
I need you closer to that door, because when lightning strikes, I hope it takes you out and not the rest of us.
Seriously, how can I sit there and go, Heavenly Father, I'm here today to talk to you about Scottie's junk.
How about just, I don't want Scottie to be diagnosed with cancer. God, could you please do something sweet for me here and make sure my brother is well taken care of?
Can I paraphrase?
Paraphrase.
Yeah. Lord, I hope Scottie dies.
Isn't that from
and
Star Trek?
Crystal gets
paraphrasing?
over mourning quickly.
Mike, you are such a tool. Just such a tool.
It's funny you said tool because
Just such a tool.
you're losing your toolbox.
You're such a just.
You can get one of those like ones that pump up. You got to hook up to it and go.
Can I just say honestly that I hate you today? The fact that nobody is even happy for Mike right now.
I don't. Nobody's ever happy for Mike, anyways. So what
And
difference
there's
does
no,
that make?
there's only 2 shut up mics that's coming.
Yeah, I know,
in
that's
Oh,
this
fine.
believe me, they're all screaming it right now. But I
Oh,
think
Scotty's
people are
saying about
scared.
800 of them in
Yeah,
his mind.
I'm
right now.
I'm thinking people are scared to call because they're gonna cuss and they know we can't.
Wait, hold on a second.
Just yeah.
You letting it out
Word
from the side?
substitute.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you gotta
Instead
have
of
a hose.
saying
Oh,
the one F word, just say, Mike, shut the freak up.
May I please have your attention? The store will be closing in
I don't know
5
why that
minutes.
tickles me. I don't know why that one tickles me. That one always tickles me.
I like that one too.
All right, well, we're out, you guys.
Thank God.
No, and just to clarify, for whatever
Please,
reason,
everybody, send Mike some hate mail. Go to his Facebook page and just leave some nasty stuff on there about him.
Call in tonight. The world according to
No,
Mike.
go to his Facebook where they can all
Here we
see
go.
it. Go cuss him out on Facebook just for
Good.
fun.
I bet you won't do it.
Just for fun.
Thanks for not calling.
Shut the front door, Mike.
There you go.
I get really scared when they say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they're gonna say it.
You know they want to say it. That's why
Yeah.
shut the front
Hey,
door
hey,
works.
caller, you're coming in broken and stupid. Thank you.
That sounds like your life.
Yeah, broken and stupid.
That's why I stopped dating your mom.
I feel bad for you if you dated my mom.
That's funny because after I changed your bedtime, I felt bad too.
You haven't ever
Oh
changed my bedtime.
gosh.
I did.
That's why when you look at me, you ask me for money.
You know why?
which is
Because
true.
somebody had to pay to do your mom.
Mike can't afford a free sample.
Shh,
Hey.
Mike.
I wouldn't pay you to do my mom. I would actually pay.
You'd
to,
let me
like,
do it for
off my
free?
mom. I mean,
You know,
if
So you
wanted
pay
to,
your
like,
mom?
Disgrace yourself.
Y'all
if
quit
you
with
wanted
his
to
mother.
disgrace yourself
What?
that
He
bad.
brought his mom up. Apparently, he's pimping out his
No.
mom. I'm okay
Oh
with
my
that.
God.
No, actually,
No,
Hey, check it
Actually,
out.
my
If you
mom
don't care,
brought
I don't
me up.
care.
and I'm letting you bring her down.
Well, I mean, if that's the
Careful.
So
case,
let's just
Careful.
get back to talking
Careful.
smack about Mike.
hey, I got an
Careful.
idea. We can name the kid Mike. You'll have a little brother.
You know what my grandfather says?
Oh no.
Get away from me, Tyler.
No.
You.
No,
like Mike.
no, that was only once,
You
and
like
we don't
Mike?
like to talk about it. Anyway, no, he's always like, all right, like when they're about to go to bed, he'll go, all right, me and your grandmother will make
Ooh.
you another uncle. And I'm like,
Oh my God, that's cute.
That's creepy.
All right, we're out. Thanks for calling
All right,
in,
later,
caller.
guys.
All right, see you later.
Hey, man.
Bye.
All right, everybody, make sure you go to Military Mike's page, go to Mike's personal page, and just say, leave a message like you're a D nugget or you're a douchebag.
Yeah.
Or how's that nut hanging?
No, don't even go net reference because he'll try to turn it on me. Just call him a
Did you just
douchebag.
call it nut reference?
Yes, just go straight to him being a douche nugget.
That is disgusting. I'm going to start a Facebook page. Welcome to Scotty's Nut
My wife's
Reference.
all about these nuts for president.
Yep.
She is
I
just
saw that.
having fun with that.
a
What's
Twitter
really-
handle
funny.
called Scotty's Left Nut.
What's really weird is these nuts are going to be in Washington, but you're still going to be here. Detachable testicles.
Anyways, we're out. Everybody have a great day. We'll
See ya.
see y'all on the
Swing and a
flip
miss.
side. If you have nothing better to do with your life tonight, make sure you check out The World According to Mike. If you
And-
don't have enough things to do to waste your time, please feel free to waste it with us on Just Fun Radio
It's
and
what
The
we-
World According to Mike.
It's what we do here.
Anything else?
Any plugs for Rich Archer, the
Good to see y'all again.
the only manager? Or
Hold. If you're going to say it, go ahead and say it.
Well, I was going to say the best manager your trailer park money can afford.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go for.
You can either have a manager or a six pack. You get to choose.
So, Steph, you're down to the six pack, huh?
Are you saying he's not my manager?
You're so not getting that, are you?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Straight two.
Apparently so.
What's up, guys? This is Showtime, and you're listening to Just for Fun Radio.
Oh, man. Oh, I know. I saved it as Rich.
Karina, we'll leave in a bit.
Here we go.
What's up, guys? This is Showtime. And check out Rich Archer, the best manager your trailer park money can buy.
There you go.
So that's for Total Entertainment Management.
What's up, guys? This is Showtime. And check out Rich Archer, the best manager your trailer park money can buy.
Rich Archer with Total Entertainment Management, the best manager you can afford.
Or pay your lot rent.
So, all right, you guys, we love all y'all. We're going to get out of here. We love everybody but Mike.
Tune in tonight to The World According to Mike without Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're welcome
Without
to that
Tyler.
club.
We'll be rainbow-less.
All right. Everybody have a good day. We'll see y'all on the flip side.
See ya.
Bye.
y'all.
Tomorrow on Scotty's Nut Reference. Oh.
What am I doing Friday? Something. Oh, yeah. But that's late at night. So.
My urologist is Wednesday at 3:40. Oh, I got to turn video off. See you guys.